fixed man in the U.S. All-Star team over the last 5 years. And so he's been with a settled club, and he continues to prove his worth. And he's worth every bit of salt. It's 44 for 2.
After 4.4. So run rate is going up. The last over run rate was under 9, but it's above 9 now.
So Qureshi is hammering this one back to the bowler. Can't score, but he won't mind. He has gone quickly up to 27 from just 16 balls. Let's see, 3 6s and 1 4. And he settles and waits for Anubhav D1. And ball chopped into the offside. No, says Jaskaran Malhotra. 5 overs gone. 44 for 2.
Yes, 44 for 2 after 5 over, half of the inning. So I'm gonna
So 44 for 2 at the end of 5. And so we've got a commentary change here as we welcome back our lone female commentator on this stint. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we've seen a very good fight back here from the CT Blizzards. Not one of the big team in the tournament. I've seen them over the years, and I don't recall them ever getting into to the quarterfinal stage. So they're up against Multan Sultan, US All-Stars, a powerful put-together team, and they've won the toss and have bravely decided that they'll bowl first. When the game started in the first 9 balls of the game, a couple of wickets down, they're fighting back.
Yes, I think it is going to be a great game. Either of the teams will just be trying to execute their skills better, even though we know Multan Sultans is a stronger team. Like you mentioned, that CT Blizzards were looking as the underdogs. But Multan Sultans is comprising of, good players from Pakistan, a mixture of other players who have been top cricketers for US Open as well. I guess whoever holds their nerves better is going to do better.
So 45 for 2. Qureshi has played a big hand so far. He gets an edge. They could come back for a couple of runs here. And of course, the US All-Stars teams have now merged a little bit with the Multan Sultan. Already a strong team, US All-Stars. But even now with Multan Sultan in the mix, there could be a team to watch in this tournament.
Yes, definitely. So the players who have joined in US All-Stars, they're part of Multan Sultans, which is a franchise in Pakistan Super League, and they are used to playing the Pakistan Super League, which is a new league itself launched by Pakistan over there. So I think this is a great experience for both the players when we talk about the cricketers who have been part of US All-Stars and the players who have come in all the way from Pakistan, because they are the emerging players who are part of Multan Sultans.
So Qureshi gets a ball towards the long on. Fielder comes around, saved the boundaries. Another single here. And you're watching a Jaskaran Malhotra. He's made good strides in his cricketing career. I remember in the early days he played a lot of cricket in the US Open. Scored enough runs to catch the eyes of the US selectors. And in the last 4 or 5 years he's been part of the national setup.
So I think obviously someone of his caliber and having the captain on the other side, Qureshi, is doing really well. He's in form. So what Multan Sultans and US All-Stars need is a very good partnership, and just to continue like this and maybe put CT Blizzards on pressure.
Yeah, certainly. They really picked up the rate. They're going at 8.4 at the moment. Qureshi and Jaskaran Malhotra has repaired a good damage. They've posted 34 in quick time. Good recovery. When you look at the scorecard, it was 9 for 2. So when you look at 48 now, it looks a lot better, considering that this game is not really about preserving wickets. It's a more of a run rate issue, because the chances of you getting bowled out in a T10 game is very slim.
Yes, obviously it's like a limited overs cricket, and you have less time to score more runs. And whoever posts more runs basically puts the other team under pressure, because then it becomes a challenge to score the runs in less balls. So that's what the short cricket format brings in for the two teams. But like I said, I think we'll get to know who is a better competitive cricketer, and this is what the tournament is helping us basically spot on the talent for potentially USA cricket, and also cricketers who can go on to play maybe IPL or PSL. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. You're right on that, because Ali Khan got his break and his exposure in this series in the US Open, and even Jaskaran Malhotra. And so yes, this is one of the premier franchise tournament. It happens every year. It's been going on for 11 years now. This is the 11th year. So you want to fancy that players are still looking at this stage to really get things and to really catch the eyes of, first of all, the US selectors, and then of course, as we see what's happening around the world in franchise cricket, you don't know who's watching. So another single here to Qureshi. He goes up to 32. Let's take a look at that. Off the back foot, hammers it into the offside. Not timed well, but well enough for him to rotate strike and bring Malhotra back on strike. Is 51 for 2.
Yes, I think at this stage they cannot afford any risk. They should just keep rotating the strike and maybe give the batsman who's doing better the more strike, I can say.
Oh, that's a classic shot through the offside. Finds the gap is Malhotra. And they pick up another boundary, so 55 for 2. And all of a sudden, the early pressure applied by the Blizzards are beginning to fall apart now. Look at that, short and wide outside the off stump and cracked away. The offside field not good enough for that shot, and it goes away for 4. So Malhotra goes up to 15, in fact 14 off 11 balls. And look at Qureshi, he's up to 32 from just 21. You get the feeling in a T20 game, a runner ball is considered very good, but in a T10 contest, and this one is launched into the darkness by Jaskaran Malhotra. And that ball will need some bit of retrievement, as the player will have to, first of all, scale the fence and then perhaps get some light to find that ball. Is 61 for 2.
I think he's living up to his potential.
Yes, he is. Yeah, Jaskaran Malhotra is a top player. Look at that. Well into the darkness. Yeah, that fielder has some... he's very smart. He's not going to go look for a white object that he may never find.
In this pitch darkness, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't know this area very well. Ian, did that ball travel all the way to Plantation? Yeah, that one was struck hard. I remember it might have been 3 or 4 years ago. Jaskaran Malhotra was sitting on 3 consecutive centuries in this series. So he's had good memories of this stadium. And he's a top player here. Usually opens the batting between 1, 2, and 3. But today, because of Rizwan Chima, Zishan Ashraf, he's batted at 4. It doesn't matter. He's still scoring runs, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, he's a top player, 62 for 2.
Yeah, I think the strategy has still been good by Multan US All-Stars to have Jaskaran Malhotra at that position, because they would want to utilize their experienced resources at the crunching time, and losing 2 wickets early on, I think that creates a panic situation, and we need someone like him to basically save the day. And this is what he's doing. He's building the partnership with the captain, and now things seem to be more smooth, because losing wickets is a nightmare for any team, I would say.
Yeah, you're right on that. 65 for 2. They still bat very deep, and even the batters down the order can still give you runs in a T20 contest where we have always felt, and we've talked about that on our commentary stint. It's probably a game that favors the batsman a little bit better because of 60 balls aside. Do you think?
Well, statistically, yes, but I think in the end it depends on what are the resources a team has. Like if they have highly skillful spinners, highly skillful bowlers, or some amazing piece of fielding, and then maybe some improvised batting as well, because this is where the batters are at an advantage.
So the ball is in the air, fielder comes in, falls in front of him. Qureshi continues to bat bravely. He's not afraid to play shots. And he goes up to 33, a partnership of 53. Where did we miss the partnership going over 50? Were we sleeping? 67 for 2. Yeah, we've seen a good knock here from Qureshi and Malhotra. Malhotra we know, and Qureshi has been a really improved young individual. We've seen him here over the years when he was a kid, and he's really grown in stature. And he's really grown in confidence, and we're beginning to see some production from a batting perspective from him. 67 for 2.
Yeah, I think if we look at that shot and the kind of fielding that was, I think the fielder should have attempted to go for the catch, because this is what you need to do in such a short format. Just risk it all with the brave intention, and this will be the difference in between the two teams.
Oh, this one is slashed into the offside. Fielder comes in, waits for the bounce. And Qureshi goes away with another single. He goes up to 34 from just 23 balls and pushes the partnership up to 54. This is a good one for Multan Sultan, US All-Stars.
I don't know why they're waiting for the bounce though. They should just try to get them out. These are the main players.
So 68 for 2, 17 balls remaining. They're going at 9.4 at the moment. And this one not getting the elevation is Jaskran Malhotra. Rotates the strike and brings the free-flowing Zishan Qureshi, son of MAQ Qureshi, the man who runs the operation here for 11 years and has really put on one of the biggest show on U.S. soil from a domestic level.
I think he's doing a great job when it comes to developing the game in USA. And that's a great shot for 4 runs.
Oh, that's a lovely shot from Zishan Qureshi straight down the ground. And that's a safe place to play shot. Nobody feels between mid-off and mid-on. It's probably one of the widest area on the cricket field. Take a look. This one's straight down the ground and with enough pace on the ball. You've got to be Usain Bolt to catch one of those.
Oh, yes. I think that went like a bullet. And it was played with a lot of intention and confidence. No one, yeah.
It's a 59-run partnership, and see the umpires having a look at the ball. And probably the ball has lost some bit of shape because of the beating that it has taken so far. 59-run partnership.
For so long.
Oh, that's another one. Good. Good save by the man. Save a boundary there. Save 3 runs. They go for 1. And takes the partnership up to 60.
I think that's the kind of fielding they need to do more, to put all-stars under pressure, because you already know they have big names. And if you let them execute well, then they'll be unstoppable.
Oh, this one going down the wrong line. Swung away. We'll have to wait and see if he's gone for 4. And so 4 more runs here for Multan Sultan, US All-Stars. And this time it comes off the bat of Malhotra. He goes up to, 31? Or in fact, 30 actually. 30 off 16 balls, 78 for 2.
That's a great strike rate, I would say.
Yeah, very good. He's doing extremely well. And so final ball coming up here as Malhotra scampers through for 1. And the way things are going here, it appears to be Multan Sultan has really taken this game away from City Blizzards at the moment. They're going at almost 10 and over, with 2 overs remaining, 79 for 2.
Yeah, I think the body language of the City Blizzards fielders also seems to be down a bit, and this is something you cannot afford to just be basically lazy. And you need to bring your A game if you're playing with such a great and strong team, right? To basically just choke up their runs and do something new to put them under pressure.
Yeah, we saw in the games played in the stadium today, 117 I think was the highest T10 score, with 12 balls remaining, 79 for 2. So they've got 21 and 17. That's 38 runs to really catch that target or to really overhaul. But we'll have to wait and see. That might be a little too ambitious. They're going at almost 10 and over. So let's say the next 2 overs they get 20 runs. That will be 99, just around that area. But we'll have to wait and see, as Malhotra and Qureshi are both well set batsmen now. So over number 9. Oh, look at that. It's in the air. Fielder is coming around. And again it falls in front of the fielder. Or is it the fielder allowing the ball to fall in front of them? Which one?
I think they're just double-minded, I would say, whether to go for the catch or whether to save the 4, or just wait for the ball. And this is what they're doing, which is a mistake, I would say, at this stage.
We saw a brilliant catch to dismiss Zishan Ashraf by Koti Vanga. One of the better ones we've seen all day. A spectacular catch. Took it inches from the grass. Oh, this one well into the night. It's gone by the side screen. And it's gone for 6 off the bat of Malhotra, 87 for 2.
That was like a tennis shot, flowing free.
Yeah, tennis shot, 15 love.
Yes.
15 love.
I would say 40 love.
Yeah, 40 love. Yeah,
Just
40 love.
Swing of the
That's,
bat, swing of the
yeah.
arms. Like, see, like a
Look at
golf
that.
shot as well.
Look at that. It's in the air, and it's gone for a maximum. So I get the feeling this is where Malhotra and Qureshi could open up here.
They've already set a good platform, I would say. They're in a commanding position. And whichever batsman, in case, comes in, if we have a fall of wicket, they will have the confidence that, okay, the top batsmen have done their job. And maybe they'll just need to continue from there.
Yeah, partnership of 74. They batted extremely well. They came together when the score was 2 for 14 or 14 for 2 with the loss of Rizwan Chima. That one is high in the air. Fielder is coming around. He grabs hold to it. And it falls out of his hand.
That's a dropped catch.
It is a drop catch.
A much needed wicket, I would say.
Yeah. So always difficult here. Well into the night. Those are the little bit of darker areas on the cricket pitch. And so a little bit of misfortune here for CT Blizzards. In the meantime, the partnership goes up to 75. Let's take a look at that. A little bit of juggle.
I think the fielder should have watched the ball till the end, because it would have been a very easy catch.
Yeah, on another lucky day, that ball would have bounced into the other backup guy hands, but not tonight. And Qureshi gets a single out towards the offside. 89 for 2. In fact, 90 for 2 with 8 balls remaining. Let's take a look at that. Well, that's the shot that Qureshi just eased into the offside. And that brings, with a couple of balls remaining, Malhotra back on strike. Is gone high in the air, mid-on. Mid-wicket runs around, falls in no man's land. And another single here for Multan Sultan. US All-Stars. They go up to 91 for 2.
I think this is brilliant batting by Multan Sultans, because if you see, the ball is not traveling a lot. The ground is not favoring that. It has to be a powerful shot or something, and this is where the good batting comes into play.
So Qureshi has hammered this one for another extra cover 6. Look at that. He's played the shot to great strength today. And let's look at his scorecard. 4 6s and 2 4s, 46. He's closing in on a 50. If he does so, that will be the third 50 we've seen in the ground today. We saw earlier on one from Anthony Bramble. We also saw another 50 from another player, and Qureshi could be the third man to score a half century in this stadium today. So we'll wait and see. 6 balls remaining.
I think he's proving to be a great prospect when you talk about the short term of cricket. And we also have the T10 League in Dubai, sanctioned by ICC itself. So he's proving to be a great player for T10 and T20 as well.
Yeah, it's a shorter version of the game. It's the T10 series, the T10 format. It will get popular. Yes, you're rightly. Already they have started some top leagues around the world, and I'm pretty sure the shortened format of the game will certainly catch on.
Yeah, the main effort is basically to get more spectators. That is the effort by ICC and other investors to have more spectators in the world, and maybe divert the audience of football and golf to watch more cricket, because that's where you enter the 90-minute slot.
So Koti Vanga comes back into the attack. He's the man who took a brilliant catch, probably one of the better catches we've seen all day, and we've seen quite a few. Malhotra will be on strike. Qureshi is close to a 50, but the fact is, while Malhotra is on strike, you never know, Malhotra could get there quicker. Well, now he gives up the strike to Zishan Qureshi, so now the advantage will go to Zishan. With a bit of chase here, he needs 4 to get a 50. It will be a well-played half-century. And he's a youngster over the years, really grown up to be a better player year after year. And now he's closing in on a half-century in the US Open on the big stage here in the stadium. So a bit of field adjustment here for Koti Vanga. He wants the offside field to come around. Let's see, has he protected the strength area here for Zishan Qureshi? I think he has done so, but Qureshi will probably come a little bit more straighter.
Yeah, there's a big gap there.
Yeah, we'll wait and see as here is Kativanga. Can he restrict 46? And this one, oh, he's lost his stump. So Qureshi falls 4 short of a well-played 50. Kativanga comes back. It's 98 for 3. Qureshi goes for 46.
I think that wasn't needed at this stage. He could have easily cruised to his 50, and because this was a great position he was in. Playing an irrational shot right now.
There we go, looking to go through the offside, but the ball perhaps skidded a little bit on quicker and giving himself a little bit more room. So he is gone. He falls for 46. Well played still. And Jaskaran Malhotra remains on 43. So we'll have to wait and see. Number 23 comes to the middle. I think that's Javel Glenn. Glenn comes to the middle here. So with 4 balls remaining, what do you think might be the score here with 98 for 3, 4 balls remaining?
I think it could be 105, 110. And with the change in batting as well, I think he's a lefty. That would be a change for the bowler as well. So maybe a couple of runs here and there.
All right, so 4 balls remaining. Let me make a guess here. So it's 98, 6 and 4, 10. Another 10 runs in 4 balls. I'll probably go 106, 107. I'll go 106.
That's close.
We'll see. So Javel Glenn, he got runs in the previous game outside of the stadium, I understand, along with Zishan Qureshi. And he comes in here with 4 balls remaining. Malhotra on 43. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, run out. So Malhotra falls just on successive delivery after Zishan Qureshi. And all of a sudden, 98 for 2. It's now 98 for 4. Malhotra goes for 43. Run out. Javel Glenn will be on strike still with 3 balls remaining.
I think this is a tricky one to guess the score now. Only 3 balls to go.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see as number 10 walks to the middle. We'll have to pick him up.
He just ran, I think, without communicating with Glenn at all to whether to change the strike or not. That's another lefty. We have Zafar on strike.
So Saad bin Zafar has come to the middle. That's the key. There we go. Malhotra was itching to go down. And if we probably look carefully at the replay, it might have been a chance for a man-catting issue. He was backing up well. Playing a miss here from Javel Glenn. So 2 balls remaining. Saad bin Zafar, is he the man who has come to the middle? Yep. The Canadian national with some bit of global T20 experience has had a decent series this year there.
I think Multan Sultans and All-Stars at least need to get 100 to get a psychological advantage.
I'm pretty sure with 3 balls remaining, unless
2 balls remaining now.
Yeah, unless Kativanga can pull an amazing last over. Oh, playing a miss again.
Yes.
So what an over here from Kativanga. And we'll just make sure we double check with the score. So final ball coming up here as Roddy Lalman has made sure that every single ball is accounted for. So not a single run in this in the last 4 balls. We saw a single off the first ball, and we saw a couple of wickets.
I think Glenn seems to be struggling to even meet the ball with his bat. And at this stage, there were good runs needed right now to post a good total on the board.
So runs under 100 here. CT Blizzard will fancy their chances of scoring 10 and over. So here is the final ball. Glenn on strike. Here is Kativanga. It's in the air. It could go all the way. In fact, it has gone. And so Javel Glenn ends it in fine style. Brings up the 100 for US All-Star Multan Sultan. They finished at 104 for 4. Did you say 104?
I said 105, 110.
Okay, well,
But you were closer, I would say.
well, I think you were closer from the bottom part. I was a little bit ahead. So it's 104 at the end of 10, with Javel Glenn striking a 6 off the last ball. So when we come back in about a couple minutes, CT Blizzard will need 105 in 60 balls to be champion. That's the look at the scorecard. 46 to Qureshi. Malhotra 42 before he was run out. Apart from that, no one else really brought up any innings of substance. So big knocks here from Malhotra and Qureshi, with the US All-Star Multan Sultan unit posting 104 for 4. All right, that's the look at the bowling. Kati Vanga, JD Puretti picks up a couple of wickets. And we saw a very tidy last over from Kati Vanga, 2 overs for 14. Very impressive bowling performance in a T10 game if you're giving away 7 runs. So the target will be 105 in 60 balls. And join us as we come back with the chase in just about 10 minutes.
Well, welcome to the toss, and this is the final match of the night, day 2 of the 2019 US Open, and we are at the Central Broad Regional Park. So they just had the toss outside, and of course, Paramveer Tigers, they're coming up against Myrtle Grove, and joining us is Lesmond from Myrtle Grove and Adrian Ali, Counselor Adrian Ali from Trinidad and Tobago. And the news coming to us is that Adrian won the toss. And what are you going to do, Adrian?
We're going to bat first.
But given what we have seen here today, most of the teams batting first in the earlier part of the day lost the matches. But as the dew has taken effect, it's more difficult to grip the ball. So now we see teams looking to bat, bat first and put runs on the board and look to put the other team under pressure. Your thinking behind it?
Yeah, again, we're just backing ourselves to get a good total, and then from there we know we can defend it once we get a good total.
Your record this year so far in this tournament?
We lose one, we win one. This is a must-win for us. So basically, the knockout stage starts a bit early for us, and we're ready for it.
As the counselor being amongst the runs?
I haven't batted as yet, so I'm looking forward to batting for sure.
Of course, we want to wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
If I may just step across to Lesmond. Lesmond, you have no choice but to bowl.
Yeah, well, we lost the toss, so we're just gonna go out there and try to restrict them, lowest total, and then see if we could defend. We could chase it. You know.
And your record going into this game?
We won one and lost one. So it's just like you said, this knockout stage is starting kind of early for us. So whoever wins here have a chance to advance. You know, so it's gonna be a good game. We just have to put up a fight and show and back ourselves for it.
Great. So the news down here is that Paramveer Tigers, they've won the toss. They've decided to bat first. And before we go back to Master Control, I'm joined by Rosni Chazmawala, who is our social media expert, and of course, the man himself, Danny Khan.
So more cricket here as Myrtle Grove Miami Cricket Club takes on Paramveer Tigers, but the News Tigers are batting first. And welcome Ahmad Rana as Ali and Joran Utley out in the middle. Stephen Taylor with the ball.
Yes, Paramveer Tigers versus Myrtle Grove. Try to pull the ball, but Taylor is experienced, ex-captain of USA. And Ali and Oatley, all these guys has played with each other so much, Lenny. We all seen them in different leagues. So they know exactly what to do with each other.
So Taylor has picked up off spin with a part of his repertoire now. Started with a top order batsman and then wicket keeper. And that is certainly a very, very talented player, Stephen Taylor. And now he's sort of like a more of an off-spinner batsman, complete all-rounder. And he comes into the bowling attack here, bowling to Utley.
So Myrtle Grove versus Paramveer Tigers.
So ball driven up towards the offside. Got stopped by the man in cover. And that gives Paramveer Tigers another run on the board.
See, the extras were 5 wide extra. That's why the score is 7. Taylor to Ali. Single just down there for 1 run.
So final match of the night. We've seen a lot of cricket in the stadium today. And the Paramveer Tigers, one of the brand from US Tigers over the years. Sunju Patel has always led a good bunch of people.
Yeah.
They won the US Open one year.
Yes,
So
Sanju,
it's 8-1, 8 without loss.
yes, Sanju Patel and his cousin Jayesh Patel, they love cricket. They always bring Paramveer, and this time combined Paramveer Tigers to US Open. And they live in Charleston, South Carolina and Atlanta, Georgia. So this is good to see. The teams are coming for all over the USA for this US Open 2019. So after 1 over, 8 run for 0. And Taylor was the bowler for first over. Ali and Oatley opening up for Paramveer Tigers. The last game of the night, we're going to be having a good action, probably till 11 or 11:30. Because of yesterday's rain, this 20-over games, they convert into 10 overs game to save the time and as many teams can play in the stadium. South Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So the new bowler is Walker. And Rollins is ready to face Walker. A swing and a miss. An appeal from the keeper. But umpire said not out. A good pacey bowler, Walker. Lenny.
Yeah, Delray Rollins out of Bermuda. Bermuda national play. He plays for Sussex also in English county cricket. A big swing and a miss. Ball going through to the keeper. As Walker gets a good delivery there to Delray Rollins. So ball played through the onside. Good looking shot here from Delray Rollins. And it goes away for 4. Lovely shot here from the Bermudan top order batsman, Rana. It goes away for 4.
Yes, they're looking good, after 12 run, no wicket has been fallen, 1.2, current run rate 9. This is what you want in power play. And, in the 10-over game, Lenny, only 3 over is the power play. And you got to do what you got to do because after that, the fielders goes towards back to the boundaries.
So Gaston Walker is the bowler. And Delray Rollins gets hold of this one. Deposited out of the playing area. And it's gone for 6. So good looking shot here from Delray Rollins. He goes up to 12.
Back-to-back boundaries. And the Rollins move to 12. So
yeah, look at that. Powerfully struck. And Delray Rollins, he's a top T20 player.
Yes, Paramveer Tigers. They are also a star-studded team. Sanju Patel loves cricket and coming to USA for last 10 years.
Yes, Rana, they have won at this level over the years, US Tigers. And so that brand comes back, and regardless of the change of name of Paramveer Tigers, somewhere along the line it's part of the US Tigers still.
Yes, because Param is Jayesh Patel's son names. So and Veer means like brother or not scared, like, Sher, like tiger. So Paramveer Tigers, They might change the name, but I think like US All Star, Multan Sultan. So this year, Paramveer and US Tigers. So Lenny, I guess this is a good combination. Both teams are mixing up. Here's Walker to Oatley. Oatley tried to swing the ball, but it's a wide ball. And the score is 21-0. See, extras matter. You know, if it's less extras, of course it's going to be lesser scores. But the more extra you go, the more action replay. He tried to swing the ball, but wide ball. So the more extra you go, you're putting a pressure on your own team. It's not the other team putting a pressure on you. It's your own baller is putting a pressure on you. They missed the catch. Plays towards the leg side.
Yeah, Rollins playing a ball onto the onside. Fielder getting a hold on it. Doesn't hold on. Rollins survives. So Otley comes back onto strike. And so Paramveer Tigers opening with Delray Rollins and Jordan Otley. And Gaston Walker. Ball going down the leg side. May have touched the equipment.
21 for no loss after 2 overs. So far so good. Looking for Paramveer Tigers. Fielders coming from all over. And luckily a good day for cricket and good day for US Open 2019. We had this is the 5th game going on in the stadium. And no rain. Lenny, I think you brought a good luck from New York. You got here a little late. I wish you wouldn't came yesterday so we could have some cricket. So Lenny the Lucky Man. That's going to be his new nickname. Lenny the Lucky Man.
So bowling change. Number 13 comes into the attack, and that appears to be Joseph Palmer.
Yes, Lenny, so far so good for cricket. US Open 2019. And you know, when Multan Sultan was playing, everybody's watching in Pakistan.
So Joe Palmer, that's a good looking shot, a good reverse looking shot here from Delray Rollins. And the ball races away for 4. So 25 on the board. Lovely shot here from the Bermudan top order batsman. Yeah, look at that. Ball races across the surface as the ground has certainly gotten drier during the course of the last couple of hours. And a lovely shot off the bat of Delray Rollins. Oh, given out. Jermaine Lindo raises the finger. And Delray Rollins has to go 25 for 1.
Yes, you know, you see the ball before that he played that shot and he got the boundary. But Palmer is an experienced bowler and he got him out. And you can see Paramveer audience in the back. Sanju Patel is laying down over there, keeping a close eye. They have a physio over there. Pardon me, Sanju is sitting down. And they look like professional team. They have a physio. They have a, you know, like manager. Then, you know, motivational person. So umpire says out. So 25 for 1. The Myrtle Grove really needed that break. So game look even Steven. So Blake is the new batsman. See, I told you like this is like both teams look like more players are from Caribbean. They know each other very well. Like Pakistani people knows the Pakistani people.
So 25 for 1. Alex Blake comes out to the middle. And we are in the third over, being bowled here by Joe Palmer. So ball turned into the onside. We'll wait and see. Alex Blake can score.
So tell the viewers about Alex Blake. I know he plays county cricket.
So seem to have come out from the English county circuit. Just a replay there as the ball turned into the onside as Joe Palmer continues. Joseph Palmer. And ball worked into the onside. So Blake is off and running. And it's up to 26 for 1. They've lost the wicket of Delray Rollins. And so far, Otley comes back into strike, batting at 25 for 1. Oh, it's high in the air. Fielders are running around. Oh, he floors it. So, ball in the air for some time. Bit of misjudgment from the fielder. And Otley survives. It's 28 for 1.
Good attempt from the fielder, but you have to realize it's not easy to catch that high ball under the lights. And you can see right here, he got under the ball, but couldn't kept it in his hand.
So Palmer's bowled a relatively very good over so far. Not only got the wicket of the big wicket of Delray Rollins, but was able to induce a faulty shot here from Otley that was not accepted by the fielder.
Yes, you cannot, give the chance to the batsman like that. So you have to take catches to win the matches. But let's hear about the situation. 29 after 3 over, losing 1 wicket. Do you think even Steven after the power play still 10 run an over almost?
Well, Delray Rollins would have been a big impact on this game. He's a top player, but he is gone. So I would say is still even, Steven, because they've picked up 1. It's 29 for 1, and the umpire a very pronounced stance when he gives his command.
It seems like he's washing the glass,
And his foot is very planted, so he's making sure he's well grounded.
Yes.
And I know it's windy out there, and he's not a big man, so probably he's trying to stay planted. So 29 at the end of 3, 29 for 1. They've lost the wicket of Delray Rollins.
What
And out in the
commentary
middle
box
is Otley and Alex Blake.
Yeah, in the middle is Otley and Alex Blake, but between our middle was Vijay Prakash Malala. The umpire, maybe keeping an eye on us. Maybe he gave us out or not out too as well from the commentary box.
So Beckford given the ball. Beckford will come into the attack.
He got hit.
So not a single here for Paramveer. Paramveer Tigers, they go up to 30 for 1.
I think Blake is hurt because when Audley played that shot, it hurt him probably on his rib. We got to watch and see. Hopefully he doesn't get any injury. Paramveer Tigers need him. And, of course, Audley didn't hit him. To hit him, it was an accident, Lenny.
Yes, part and parcel. In the military, they call it friendly fire.
And both of our umpire in the middle, Jeremiah Lindo and S. Kumar, keeping a tight eye.
So this one is powerfully struck. It's out of the playing area, just in front of the commentary box. And it's a good thing we are enclosed as we see the umpire, Kumar.
Yeah, I thought maybe this ball gonna hit the glass and probably break the glass. So you see me digging down, but you kept it straight. Probably you know how to catch that ball, Lenny, because I know you still play cricket on a Christmas day. It's like your tradition, right? So Blake moved to 7. Oh, ball kept it low, even though ball touched the wicket, but the bails haven't fallen down. So once the wheels not.
So Blake remains on 7. It's 36 for 1. Oh, that's ball powerfully struck. Number 3, the fielder. He looks up. He goes over the ropes. And another 6 here for the Paramveer Tigers. And they'll go up to what? 42 for 1?
I think since after he got that hit, he probably started hitting those sixes.
Yeah, 42 for 1. Blake goes up to 13 from just 5 balls. A couple of 6s for him. Oh, this one is struck again. It's high and hard. Fielder settles under it and barely holds on. And it appears Alex Blake will have to wait and see. Did he take that catch?
I think he took the catch, but umpire want to make sure.
Oh, he's been given out.
Oh,
So
he's been giving out,
he's
okay.
been given out. So Alex Blake has to go. Couple of big strikes and falls. Let's take a look. He struck high in the air. And the fielder got under it, bobbled it a little bit. Let's see. There we go, held on to it, inches away from the rope. And that's the end of Alex Blake. So the Paramveer Tigers have lost, what, their 2nd wicket?
Yeah, well judged catch under the lights after hitting 2 sixes. Blake is back to the pavilion.
So 42 for 2. So we welcome back Ian into the box, and Ian, perhaps even Steven so far. This is the 4th over, 42 on the board. Paramveer Tigers, they're scoring healthily at about 11 and over, but they have lost a couple of wickets. What's the give and take here?
Pretty going by the Paramveer Tigers, and I would say pretty well posed at this time. 42 for 2. We are just going into the 5th over.
So ball cut away here by Utley will pick up 1 and brings the new man in, Ian Cockbain. They've lost a couple of wickets. They lost the wicket of Delray Rollins and that of Alex Blake.
Yes, Blake was really going pretty well. Get 2 hefty 6 there off Beckford. Was going for another when he got caught on the boundary.
Yeah, this is a big facility. You've got to make sure that you can be able to clear the rope. But what we have seen, Ian, in the games that played in the stadium, the batsmen have figured out which way to go for the maximum shots, and they've used this side quite fittingly because that's with the breeze. And of course, if you go on the other end, try to hit the ball to the top end of the ground, that could be the toughest one to hit because the wind has been stiff and steady all day today.
Oh, so in the Caribbean, we'll say, that's common sense. You want to hit with the wind, so the wind will help you, to carry that ball. When you hit against it, then the chances of you getting caught is pretty high because the wind is taking the ball back onto the field of play. So, it's hard to hit against the wind, so you want to hit with the wind, and they're doing just that.
So Palmer will continue, 43 for 2. And ball cut away here by Utley. Can't score. He remains on 11. So tomorrow we'll start the knockout stage of the tournament, and if you want to follow the fixture, this one is swung away. Good looking shot here from Utley. It clears a square leg. And it goes for another maximum here. Brings up the 50 here for Paramveer Tigers. They're batting a 55 for 2.
Well, you can see the Paramveer Tigers, the players are not afraid of going for the big 6s. And in this version of the game, that is what it's called for. Excitement, getting the big hits. Let them count.
So 49 for 2. Sorry, I jumped ahead of a 6 there, Ian. So the 6 counted is 49 for 2. Utley has gone up to 17. We are in the 5th over. Oh, that one is stroked and stroked nicely over the offside this time. And now comes the 6th. Now comes the 5th. Jermaine Lindo raises the arms, signaling that the ball has traveled over the ropes. Take a look again. Utley. Oh, a lovely shot over the offside. Always a class to watch. And it's gone for 6. 23 to Utley.
Utley's going pretty well, taking on Palmer. And 23 in 12. That's a very good run rate there that he's going at.
So Palmer under pressure here.
Wow.
Oh, this one is smashed into the onside this time. And it's gone a long way into a bit of the darkness. And another 6 off the bat of Utley, 29 off just 13 balls.
Utley is definitely taking the bowlers on here. That one is like it's heading to the turnpike, if you ask me. He's really hitting the ball out of the park tonight. And Palmer is feeling the hands of Utley right here.
So Palmer under pressure. So ball cut away. Good save by the man out at cover. Saved more than 1 run.
Definitely saved the 4 right there. You know, that was well timed. Placement was right.
So 5 overs gone, 62 on the board.
Paramveer Tigers going pretty well at this stage. You know, halfway there, 62 on the board. I say they're doing pretty well.
So ball cut away. That's a good looking shot from Utley. Yeah, you're right on that. Had he not saved that, that would have raced away for 4. It would hit with some bit of power there from Utley. So he's played a good hand so far. And Ian Cockbain, quite possibly another player from the English cricketing circuit. So Utley will be the man on strike. He's been destructive so far. And a ball that is a signal wide by umpire Kumar.
So what I realize in most of the games, wide have played a big part in terms of the extras.
Yeah, certainly it's high in the air. He's giving someone a chance here. Ah, badly judged. And in the end, they settle for what? A couple of runs there. In fact, a single to Utley. Boy was in the air for a while. And the man running around from long on. Let's take a look. So the ball goes high in the air. Fielder comes around. Yeah, a little bit of misjudging there. Should have been on the ropes from the start. And you walk in from there on, Ian.
I think he was sleeping back there because, you know, normally the skipper would tell you to be on the fence and then walk in. But he was going back.
So Beckford to Cockbain can't score. And Paramveer, they go up to 64 in just 6 over. Very healthy. And they come back for a couple of runs. So Ian Cockbain, he gets off the mark with 2.
Yes, for a moment I thought Utley was going to take all the strike. But, you know, Cockbain is finally off the mark. 2 from 2.
So Paramveer Tigers, they take on the... Oh, it's a big appeal. He's out caught behind. So Ian Cockbain getting a faint edge.
Well bowled there by Beckford.
And so another wicket goes down here for Paramveer Tigers. They're batting at what, 66 for 3? As Ian Cockbain goes for 2. Take a look. Trying to play through the offside. A very thin edge from here.
Yeah, very thin edge there, but well taken by the keeper. You know, well bowled to Beckford. You know, to bowl in at this stage of the game halfway when the batsmen are set, you know, especially Utley, he's set. So he's the batsman they would want to get out at this moment. 31 from 15. He's going pretty well.
So Kyle Myers comes to the middle. And he will join the hitman so far, Otley.
Yes, we want to see what Mayors bring to the table. You know, they're going pretty well, so I'm not expecting that they want to slow down at this stage. They're going at 11.7 per over, which is a decent run rate right now.
Yeah, certainly they've kept pace with a very healthy scoring rate, as we have seen in today's game. You make 120, 130, you could be relatively safe. Can't say too much about 105. We have seen 105 not hold up here today, and so probably the ideal score is around 120, 115, 125. That could be a good score, judging from the games that we have seen here.
Yes, based on the games that we have seen so far, you could safely say that 115 to 120 will give you a very good chance of winning that game. So the opening batsman, they know that, and you know, they come out. The aim, I think, is like 120 for each team.
So Otley continues to bat quite fluently there, just tucking the ball up uppishly onto the offside. Knows that it's a vacant area.
So Otley seems to be batting pretty careful, but at the same time, he's going for the big hits once you're offline. You know, he's taking advantage of it. And the bowler really have to think twice when they're coming in to bowl to Otley, because he's pretty much set. You know, he's been there a while. 32 off 16.
So Myrtle Grove, Miami, local team here, Ian. I'm pretty sure you would have played against or perhaps on the same team with quite a few of the fellas here.
Well, I've played most of my game against these guys, you know. So
As we see Lenroy White, a good friend of mine, when he was in New York, did some commentary gigs with him.
Yes, that's the Englishman. You know, you hear him commentating. You can tell that he's not from England.
Yeah, I've had a couple of stints with him when he was in New York for some time. I think he spent a couple of seasons there, played for my local club, so I know him pretty well.
Well, he's a player who plays with all his heart. That much I know.
Oh, food for Otley, and smashed out of the park. First ball off the bowling of Lenroy White with all the ease in the world.
Well, Lenroy is coming in at a time where the batsman is going at it, and Otley, he's definitely taking his risk, but he's clearing the boundary. That's a good thing here.
So we're in the 7th over being bowled here by Lenroy White. And already Jordan Otley hasn't made him settle. It's one of the traits of commanding batsmen not to let any bowler settle if you're good enough to do it. And this one is worked into the offside, running for 2. They cross easily. And a couple more runs here for Otley. He's been quite productive here for the Paramveer Tigers, as he goes up to 40 from just 18 balls.
Yes, Otley seems to be the winning ticket here again for the Paramveer Tigers.
Yeah, that's a good ball here, full and wide. That has been a new tactic by bowler in recent time, Ian.
Yes, definitely you can see Lenroy there trying something, bowling it a little wide of the batsman. Pretty much full length, but a better ball, and batsman managed a single today.
Oh, wrong line and too short. I'm surprised that Myers hadn't done a lot more with that ball. Asking to be hit. Well, they get a single, so a little bit of minor triumph there for Lenroy White. And over has gone for 10 so far, so that's a good over here for the Paramveer Tigers. This one is worked into the onside. Runs here again for Otley. He continues to push ahead, and so far Ian, he's been quite successful at doing that.
Yes.
Put down earlier on, but it doesn't matter. Drop catches and that sort are part of the game. And Kyle Myers, the man on strike. Doesn't time it well, is Myers. And that will complete over number 7. It's 80 on the board.
Yes, 80 for 3 with 3 overs to go. We could be looking at a very decent total here tonight again from the Paramveer Tigers. Utley's going pretty well, and I expect him to continue. So we should be looking for a very good total.
So 80 for 3 at the end of 7. Myers is on 3. Utley is on 42.
I think the umpire is sending off a helmet or something.
So the action continues. Over number 8 in progress as Thompson comes into the attack.
Yeah, we see Thompson being introduced in a fairly decent spinner. He will give it some air, but now and again he will give you a fast one.
So Utley continues to be quite aggressive, picks up another run. Dwayne Thompson is the bowler. There we see on the screen Cockbain caught Les Lemon. Ball Beckford for 2. That's the last wicket. Another wide. We've seen so many in the stadium today, Ian. We should have. We never knew. We should have probably made a count of them, but and going through too many completed games.
Yeah, definitely a lot of wides today.
I'll be here all night.
I think we play another 10 over in terms of wides.
Yeah, of course. The time that it took here, we saw a particular over from Kyle Phillip that took a while to finish.
Yeah, that over took a very long while to finish. I think he had 13 extras in that.
So Jordan Utley he's batted well. And Paramveer Tigers, a big swing and a miss, slow ball. On a very slow surface here. The covers have been on this pitch for a couple of days straight. So Dwayne Thompson is the bowler. Yeah, big swing and a miss. That's a good place to place the ball by Thompson. Just outside off stump. Allows the ball to keep a little bit low. Ian?
Yes,
Seems
Thompson,
to be a good plan.
Yeah, Thompson don't seem to be intimidated by Utley and the shots that he's playing. He just seems to be bowling his line, his length, keeping the focus, and he's doing pretty good.
So 84 for 3 at the end of 8. So they've gone very close to 11 and over. With 2 overs remaining, can they reach the coveted 120 that we're talking about over and over?
Well, with 12 balls to go, 84 on the board, I'll say probably about 110 would be a good score for them.
Yeah, but we've seen 110 and 105 not holding up on a couple of instances. So if they follow the other games in the stadium, they'll probably want to alert themselves that 110 and 115 could be still a risky total on a chase with the likes of Stephen Taylor and company. They've and if a man like Stephen Taylor gets going here today, it could be a very, very tough night for Paramveer Tigers. So ball worked into the onside here by Myers. He picks up a single. It's 86 for 3.
So we see Stephen Taylor being introduced for the second time around back into the bowling. He's a pretty decent bowler, great keeper and a great batsman. Well bowled.
Yeah, that's a good ball, and we see in the background there Elmore Hutchinson.
Oh yeah, warming up there.
warming up there. He's a big hitter of the cricket ball. Without a doubt, I'm pretty sure that he will be next in. He does have a good tap on his hand.
Yes, I remember one season here when he take on Darren Powell. They needed like 20-something in that over, and he actually brought it home.
Yeah, that was the game that the Tigers won that year. Yeah, that's the particular match in which he came in and gave them a late inning surge that eventually saw those 20 or 30 runs winning the game. So yes, you're right on that.
That was a game, you know. I don't know if anybody would have forgot that one.
So we got about 8 balls remaining. Make that 7 now. So balls are running out here for the Paramveer Tigers. They do need some bit of momentum here. We've seen a tidy over here from Stephen Taylor at a time in which Paramveer Tigers will be hoping that some of them will be crossing and going over the ropes. And that's a big one into the night. Mid-off is running around. He settles on there. He doesn't take the catch. And they come back for a couple of runs.
So that's exactly what I was saying, you know, that they may get to 110. Because, you know, it would take some real hard hitting to get them to that 120. So now that is even looking dim.
So there we go with a replay ball high in the air off the bat of it appears to be Otley. And the fielder came around, had a long time to settle on the rate. In fact, changed position of hands. That's how long the ball took to come down. Was initially looking for the Australian Cup catch.
Yes.
And then at the last moment decided that he'll probably put out what we call a basket catch. So the umpires is imploring a man out. You cannot run on in the middle of the over. You've got to wait until there's a break in the action or at the completion of our over, and you've got to do it very, very quickly. So 89 for 3. 9 overs gone. Final 6 coming up.
Well, Thompson has the ball, and let's see what he'll do with this over.
So Myers have gotten hold of this one. Is gone all the way. The 6 signal from umpire Kumar comes up, and that's a 6 here for Paramveer Tigers. They're up to 95 for 3. Take a look. Yeah, smashed into the onside, into the swing zone of the left-hander.
Yes, Myers did pick that one up early, and he really dislodged it over the mid-wicket boundary. 6 runs to him.
So 5 balls remaining. Myers goes again. Same result. Yes, same result, same vicinity. Couple of big 6s here from Myers. It's 101 for 3.
His final over seemed pretty interesting. 2 balls, 12 runs, a 6 and a 6. What is Thompson thinking at this time?
Yeah, a couple of big strikes here for Kyle Myers. And let's put the Paramveer Tigers across the 100 mark. 101 for 3 with still 4 balls remaining.
Let's see if there's more where those 2 came from.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, batsman will be swinging for the fences, no doubt. Lots of wickets in hand. And we have made the point, this T20 version has nothing to do with preserving wickets.
That's a fast one.
Oh, there's a big appeal he's been given out. So might have been caught behind. Yes, in fact, he's caught behind. So Myers goes. He breaks the momentum here with a couple of big 6s. And he falls for 19. It's 101 for 4.
I was a bit surprised that Thompson did not use that fast ball much earlier, because I know he has that fast ball that he will just trap you sometime even within the crease. And he did use it now to good effect. So after being hit for 2 6s, he came back and got himself a wicket. So the total 101 for 4 with 3 deliveries to go. And here comes Hutchinson.
Elmore has come to the middle here. He's suited for this condition and this situation here. How many can he strike with 3 balls remaining? And the funny thing, Ian, what usually happens, this is what usually happens. You come out here, you're looking for a big strike. He gets a single because at this stage of the game you can't refuse any run.
You gotta run.
And look what happens.
Well,
Look what could probably happen. A miss hit that goes for a single. Utley gets the strike back again. And all the big hype that Elmore has walked to the middle has no effect at all just because of him running a single. Do you refuse a single here, would you? With 3
Well,
balls remaining?
I don't think you want to refuse a single, not in this version of the game.
Oh, no! Commentator's
Wow.
curse has gone out of the area. A big strike from Elmore Hutchison has gone a long way. And all the theories and talk has really gone unfruitful there, Ian. It's gone for 6.
Definitely, Elmore Hutchinson is living up to the expectation because we expect that from him. Just a big hit. It's a hit or a miss for Hutchinson, and definitely he did get that right in the middle.
Yeah, a couple of balls remaining. It's 107. They still need 10 or 15 more runs. 107 is just around the borderline for a team to give it a good chase. That's a good ball. Good ball from Thompson, and I think that could be.
Gonna go for a second.
Yeah, coming back for 2. And now they go for 3. So we'll have to wait and see. Man, taking a long time to release the ball.
Did he put the ball in his pocket or something?
Yeah, wondering why. In the meantime, Utley, who's been a very good striker of the ball, gets a chance for a last shot at getting Paramveer Tigers beyond 110. We'll wait and see.
So they're right at that mark, 110 for 4 with 1 delivery. Thompson having a very expensive over.
Big swing tugged into the onside. Will be running for 2. They cross, they come back, run out 1. So could be the total is 111. 111 for 4 at the end of 10. So 111 for 4, 112 to win this match. Ian, your final thoughts?
Well, I'll say good performance all round from the Paramveer Tigers. 110, I think they'll be looking for a 120, but 111 is a total that you can always defend. We have seen in the earlier games, 115, 120 is a winning total. So as it is, I'll say they have a total that could actually bring them the game. So they just have to get some early wickets, and especially Steven Taylor, who is coming back from tour from the US. You want to get him out pretty early. So with the scorecard rollings, he had 13, Utley 47 of 28, Blake make 13, and Mayers contributed with 19 runs. And the total 111 for 5. And in the bowling, we have Steven Taylor, who bowled 2 over 13 runs. Very good bowling there. Walker had a 1 over 13. Palmer went for 27 from his 2. Beckford went for 20 from his 2. And White 12 from 1. Thompson, a bit expensive. His 2 cost him 26 runs. However, he did have 1 wicket there. So in all, total is 111 for 5, with extras being 8. Most of that being whites.
So we're back with our second innings, and we'll have the team that's they're going to be bowling right now. So let's see. What was the target again?
111 for 5.
So the Paramveer Tigers need to restrict this team to 111 to make sure that they end up on the winning side.
Yes, 111 required in 10 overs. And the run rate is 11.1. So Paramveer Tigers versus Malta Grove, Miami. Both batsmen are ready. Steven Taylor and Christian, the opening partnership. A good flick towards the leg side. We have to wait for
And that goes for a boundary. So in the first ball, that's a boundary.
It's a good start for Martel Grove. Steven Taylor the ex-captain of the USA cricket team, and he knows this ground in and out. 59 balls, they need to make 108 runs. Start with the boundary, that's a positive for Martin Grove. A good flick towards the leg side, just for 1 run, so that's where the experience comes in. When you hit a boundary, you rotate a strike. Elmore Hutchison was the fielder. Jagasar is opening the bowling for Paramveer Tigers. Sanju Patel is there. Christian is ready to face Jagasar first time. A good shot towards the leg side. The ball went outside the ground. I hope the fielder can get it because it's dark outside the ground. The floodlights are just inside the ground, Roshni.
Yeah, no, that was a great shot that he played.
So they're dealing in the boundaries now, putting a pressure on Paramveer. You can see in a replay, the ball went outside the ground, and cameraman has done a great job. Umpire says 6 run. So 11 for none. They're dealing in the boundaries, putting a pressure on Paramveer. Tiger.
Yeah, this is a crucial match for both the teams, so clearly they're trying to give it their all. It's definitely going to be a very competitive match.
And both players knows each other. They have played with each other for a lot of times. He tried to pull the shot towards the leg side again, but just 1 run will be adding to the total. So 12 for 0. So far so good for Martin Grove.
And that brings Taylor back on strike.
Try to flick the shot. Appeal from Jagasar. Umpire said not out. Probably a leg by. So 99s required on 55 balls. And it was a good appeal, but ball going towards the leg side. So umpire said not out. One more run has been added to the total. Christian moved to 8, just facing 3 balls. And Taylor on 5 after 1 over, 14 for none. Roshni?
Yeah, so that was a hefty over. Let's see, Paramveer Tigers, if they want to, get back in the game, they definitely need to get some early wickets to really, because I think with them, it's definitely going to go to a net run rate. So they definitely need to restrict Myrtle Grove by a large margin to top the table.
Yes, you can see outside, next to the boundary line, the Paramveer supporters are sitting down, keeping an eye close to this game. It's 15 after 10, but people are still here, Roshni, and we've been here all day long. I see you've been taking a lot of interviews, and you've been doing a great job.
Thank
From
you.
Afghan to Pakistan to India and Nepal. I think you didn't miss any cricket team so far.
Yeah, no, we definitely want to have and capture, all the players that have came here. It's very grand to have so many players from so many different countries. So I think, getting their interviews, getting their exposure out there, also kind of getting their insights with the tournament is really good. It's especially good for anyone that's looking to come into this tournament in the future. I think it's great for them to kind of get an experience and see, how the players have been, what they've been through, how the tournament's been for them. So I think it's really good.
So US Open 2019 brought a lot of international flavor. Right here, South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Broward County Stadium. This is the 11th US Open 2019. And here comes the big man, Elmore Hutchison. Plays for USA national team. And he's a good batsman, but also a good bowler, a fast bowler. And let's say how Stephen Taylor and Christian going to handle him, because Stephen Taylor and Elmore play in the same
They
USA
both play
team.
for the USA cricket team.
So is Elmore for the first ball. A good ball, swing and a miss. See, he's using the pitch and he's using the crease sometimes you don't have to ball fast, but you can use the pace. And he knows it's a slow track because he has played here
Yeah.
for a long time.
He definitely has a lot of experience to this ground. So that'll definitely help the Barbuda Tigers with his experience.
Christian plays towards the leg side for 1 run. The fielder is there. We are still in power play. After 1.2 overs, 15 runs for not out. So far, so good. Current run rate is 11.3. Required run rate is 11.2. So Paramveer Tiger versus Mardi Grove Cricket Club. So MGCC. And Hutcherson is ready to ball the third ball. Stephen Taylor and Hutcherson, like I said, Roshni, they played each other and they know each other, weakness and strength.
They do. So this should be a very interesting ball.
Our friend Lenny Archibald is laughing. Here's come the Hutcherson to Stephen Taylor. Taylor tried to play the shot towards the leg side. The ball went in the gap. They wanted the second run, but the fielder is there. A good fielding. So both teams are trying to put a pressure on each other. And whoever going to absorb the pressure in this match, they're going to win this match.
Honestly, no. It's going to depend on the net run rate. In their group, most of the matches, I mean, unless they have already a few teams that are 2-1. So right now, both these teams have won 1 and lost 1. So it's going to come down to the net run rate.
A good ball right in the middle. Chance of a run out. Direct hit. Appeal from the Almar Hutcherson. We have to wait and see. Umpire say not out, but a good fielding. A good rotative strike from MGCC. But Paramveer doing equally well. And you can see this. It's a misfield from Al Hutcherson on his bowling, but the fielder is there and right there. Direct hit, Roshni.
Very good direct hit. But unfortunately, the batsman was past the crease. And Stephen Taylor's hit that, and they get 1 run in.
The score moves to 18-0. So far, how's your experience over here in US Open 2019?
So I've had a great experience. So last year I was here. I came to watch the U.S. Open, and I had an incredible experience. So I'm so glad to be a part of it, being able to do these interviews.
Last ball for the second over for Almar Hutcherson to Christian. Christian tried to swing. This is bad, but swing and a miss. So 94 run requires 48 balls. So tell the viewers about what really you like about US Open and how your experience so far going on.
So, I mean, U.S. Open definitely is a great tournament. When I came last year, this was the biggest tournament I had ever seen. I had never seen any international matches before, and I think this gave me that kind of experience. So when I was able to see my first international match this summer, I was able to compare it to this. This is a great level. There's so many international players here. So many players from all over the world, even from the country. So it's just kind of great to see that. And especially, being able to kind of put my passion out there and kind of get involved, it just makes it even better.
Yes, and this is a cricket convention, I say, because people not only coming from USA and Canada or Caribbean, people are coming from Netherlands, Scotland, Ireland, England, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and Nepal.
Yeah. Barbuda Tigers have a few players even from England that play county cricket.
So Waller is going to bowl the third over. Gap shot towards the cover. Stephen Taylor knows this ground. Where to hit the shot. It's a power play. He's taking all the advantage he can. It's 22. Score moves to 22 in 22.1.
And that's a dead ball from Waller. Taylor's on strike right now. He's 11 for 6. And Taylor's hit that towards the leg side.
Yes, the score moved to 23, but it's a good change. It's not that easy to hard the spinner because the pitch has been slowing down. And you can see Samuel Badri took 3 wickets. Coming down the track, tried to send the ball outside the boundary, but it went to the leg side for just 1 run. So the score is adding up 24 for 0. 88 runs required in 45 balls. Current run rate is 9.6, and that's the last over of the power play, Roshni. A good shot towards the leg side.
And that's gone for a 6. So Taylor has hit Waller for a 6.
So you can see Myrtle Grove dugout start cheering it up. And a huge 6. They try to take the advantage of the power play. And look at the umpire. I like the way he raises his hand. He takes his time. You want to make sure the scorer and the spectators card that is a 6. Here's the Waller towards the leg side. The field, the protection is there just for 1 run. So you know what Steven Taylor is doing? He's hitting the boundary and rotating the strike. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, no, he's been playing phenomenally for the USA cricket team.
A good swing towards the leg side, but the protection is there. It's going to be only 1 run. So after 3 over, after power play, 32. So even Steven so far. So did you come last year to US Open as well?
Yeah, I was here as a spectator.
And this time you're working with the CCUSA?
Yes, so it's a credible experience. It's a full 360 for me.
And umpire shows the 360 hand that power play has been ended. Like he's cleaning the windows. Very good. And our co-commentator Lenny Acherbar is keeping an eye close on this game. He knows most of all the players. So Sanju Patel is talking to his baller that where he wants the field. Sanju Patel is from Charleston, South Carolina. A very successful businessman. And same business your father is at, Roshni, hotel businesses.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
So mostly good Jews are keep buying this hotel. In USA and every hotel you go, either you will find Patel or you will find good Jew. That's a great thing. So I guess good Jews are taking over.
We know how to run our businesses.
Yes, indeed. So 32 for no loss. And you can see Elmer Hutchison wearing a sweater because it might be a little bit cold outside. We are sitting in the studio over here and we're not feeling that cold, but you know, so for some Caribbean people, that's too cold, they say.
Yeah, you can see in the background there's a lot of wind there. All the flags are flying, so it's definitely, luckily the weather was good today, but there was a lot of wind throughout the day, so that did make it chillier.
New bowler is Mayer. Oh, great shot towards the leg side. The fielder is there, but ball land in no man land. Just a 1 run. And you can see from the expression of Christian that he wanted that ball to fly out of the boundary. But so far, 33 for no loss, 3.1. So run rate is okay right now. Even Steven Roshni, 79 is still required 41 balls.
Yeah, no. Right now, the Myrtle Grove are definitely cruising their way. For Brumbiers, they definitely need to get a wicket. And that's hit towards the cover side. And it's restricted at the boundary.
A good fielding, saving 2 runs, but the throw extra, because of the throw, extra run has been added now. So Roshni, he saved the 2 runs, but sometime, overthrow matters.
Yeah, no, overthrows can really affect the game. We saw that in the finals of the World Cup.
Yes, indeed. A good shot down the track. He knows where the fielder was positioned, right in the gap. So here's Gamer. Christian tried to pull the shot, and that's what he was trying to do in the last ball. It went over the 6. So the score is moving along. 42 for none, and 70 more runs required in 39 balls.
That's a huge 6, and the current run rate did just jump up as well, so it's past the required run rate. Brumbiers really need a wicket right now.
Yes, here's Christian. Again, try to pull the shot in the gap, and 2 runs. Good running between the wickets. There's the overthrow again, but Sanju's there. You can see the Myrtle Grove dugout. They're cheering up. They keep saying one more to Christian. Good block hole ball, but they still steal the single. So score moves to 45 after 3.5.
And now it's the last ball of the over. Myers has already gone for 13 runs this over. And the last ball, Taylor's hit that for the cover shot. So that brings in 1 run. So after 4 overs, it's 46 for 0. And the target's still 112, so they're definitely cruising their way there.
Yes, it's a good, strong partnership. On 46, Taylor has contributed 23 runs in 11 ball. And Christian on 22, just facing 13 balls. So yes, current run rate is 11.5 and required run rate is 11.
Yeah, the Brumbier Tigers definitely need to break this opening partnership if they really want to get back into the game, because right now Myrtle Grove has this game in their hands.
Yes, and let's see how both teams going to do the planning, because Paramveer seems like cruising the ship.
And to make this even interesting, Dimil Patel is coming in, so we have another USA player joining us, and he's going to be bowling to Taylor this over. So let's see what happens. We have both USA players. You can definitely see some tension with the Brumbier Tigers. They definitely know, this is a do-or-die match, and right now the game is not in their hands.
Yes. Timil is the new bowler, setting up his own fielding. Steven Taylor. And there's a good ball. So now it's going to be a little battle between Timil and Taylor. They played with each other for too long. And sweep shot towards the leg side. And Elmer Hutchison, the big man, is after it. And he stopped the ball. Saved 2 runs. for his team. Paramveer Tigers need a wicket to get back in this game. As of now, Myrtle Grove is on top. Umpire is telling the keeper, just get ball on a one bounce. Again, try to sweep the ball, but we have to wait for the umpire signal. It's a leg by. So score moved to 49, Roshni.
Yeah, they're still cruising away. And this opening partnership, they're at 49 right now. So they're definitely, they're very comfortable out there. Both the batsmen seem very set.
The ball went up in the air. It's a good catch on the boundary. That's what they were looking for. The first wicket has been fallen. So Christian is going back to the pavilion.
That ball had gone very high up in the air. So that was a great catch, especially under these lights. So we do have a change in the commentating. We're going to have Lenny come back with us. So we have both Lenny and Fiza coming back with us.
So thank you, Roshni, and thank you, Ahmad Rana. Welcome, Fiza.
Welcome back, Lenny.
Yeah, it's a do or die, as our team was mentioning. The fact is that, let's take a look at this one. It's high in the air on a well-judged catch by the man running in there. The ball took a while to come down, and he bobbled it a second, but held on to it, and Paramveers picked up their first wicket.
I think that was a great piece of fielding, watching the ball till the end, and just with a lot of confidence taking that catch. That was a much-needed breakthrough for the team.
So the new man comes out is Damian Rowe. And he comes out here at 49 for 1. They've gotten off to a good start. Stephen Taylor, one of the top talent out of the U.S. He's been playing at the U.S. national level since when he's about 14 years old. Played in the junior side, and then, of course, got into the senior team. He hasn't missed a U.S. tour, so he's been quite a talent here in the U.S.
Yes, I think he's a highly resourceful player and a valuable asset, like he's proving to be. 14 balls and 25 runs, and he would need to play an instrumental role to reach the target of 112. But they still have 6 overs left, so that's a bit tricky one there.
So 50 for 1 as Rowe comes in to strike for the first time, Damian Rowe. And Timil Patel, one of the top leg spinner. With the U.S. national team these days, he's had some good tours and some good home games. So 50 for 1 at the end of 5. So they're going at 10 runs and over. And so this game is for all the marbles, Fiza, because the fact is, from what I understand, 7 groups. That will be 7 winners. And of course, the best losing team from the amount of all the winners, probably by net run rate. So that's the 8 team that will go on to the quarterfinal tomorrow. When it comes to this group here, this will be the deciding game. So the one that pretty much wins this game here could decide this round. So this is a do or die for both teams here, Myrtle Grove and Paramveer Tigers.
Yes, I think that puts them in a very crunching, pressurizing position, because chasing this target would be instrumental for Paramveers, and the other team would be trying their best to restrict them. So this is where the game gets exciting, and this is why enjoying this tournament. Thanks to the clouds that they went away.
Yeah, a bit of hold up here. A long conversation between the team. The umpires had to get involved. Like anything else, the umpires have always, in modern time, put great emphasis in moving the game along. They don't like delays at all.
Yes, I think this is where the umpires are really essential to have the game being conducted in a very good discipline. And also the time is of essence, obviously, when you're playing such a big tournament, because you have 28 teams competing together. So having this tournament of this scale in the US is a big achievement for obviously for MAQ Ratio, of course, the organizer, and USA Cricket and ICC as well, because they've been trying to develop the game in USA as well, and this is a sanctioned tournament itself. So yeah, I think the umpires are doing a great and tremendous job, I would say, given the weather conditions as well.
So we'll have to pick up the bowler here. 5 overs gone. They're up to 50 for 1. They're chasing 112. And Fiza, we were comparing scores today. We had a good hand of having seen about 4 games. We know 115, 120, you're still on the borderline. You could win or lose. And anything beyond 120, 130 could be a winning total. We're looking at 112, which is into the red zone.
Yes.
It's still into the danger zone. As a new bowler comes into the attack here, Jagisar gets another recall here, and he will come into bowl to Stephen Taylor. Oh, Taylor goes high, and it clears long off, yes. And so Stephen Taylor picks up another 6, 56 for 1.
I think that's a great shot and a much needed 6 at this moment of time. And he's proving to be a man of his repute, that he's been instrumental for USA Cricket. And I think he will need to stay at the wicket to take his team further away to the win.
So Vishan Jagisar being struck on a nice shot here from Stephen Taylor with all the power in the world. He's a burly chap. Strong shoulders, and these days they carry around heavy bats. So when the ball is struck, it's really big shots. This one he gets a single out towards the offside. And Stephen Taylor will be a threat here for the Paramveer Tigers.
Yes, I think now the current run rate is 10.7 and the required run rate is 11.8. So over here, I think the next 3 or 4 overs will be crucial. In fact, we just have, we're into 5.2 overs. So the next overs are really crucial for the team, and especially Taylor on strike. Taylor and Rowe, together they can build a good partnership.
Oh, Rowe takes this one out of the playing area. So his first strike, it's a big maximum. And Rowe has really come to the party here. So a couple of 6s in this over. Not a good one here for Paramveer Tigers. Myrtle Grove will be enjoying the way things have gone here.
I think if these two stick together and play these amazing shots, I think you never know, the result can be different.
So ball cut away here by Rowe, picks up another run. The run continues to keep flowing here. A couple of 6s to start. One off the bat of Taylor and then one off Rowe. So they've done relatively well in the opening stages of this over. Fizza, just a bit of history. US Tigers. Oh, that's another shot here from Stephen Taylor. Over cow corner. Into the darkness. And bye-bye South Florida. Bye-bye Broward Stadium. Off the bat of Stephen Taylor. Another 6-3 in the over. Here we go. Oh, he picked it up nice. Lots of power. Well timed. And once Stephen Taylor gets into once he ticks all the boxes with that shot, he's gone for 6.
And this is really interesting because the current run rate has just spiked to 12 runs and required run rate is 10.1. So this is really interesting.
Yeah, Jagisar has gone for 3 6s in the over. That alone is damaging. And perhaps another couple of runs. So about 20 runs in this over. As the over comes to a close, 6 overs gone, 71 for 1. And Fiza, just to give you a little bit of history here with regards to the Paramveer Tigers. They come into this tournament called Paramveer Tigers, but over the year the brand has been US Tigers. Sanju Patel has always led the team. And in 2014 they won right here at the US Open. They beat a team called Punjab Lions out of the Texas area. So they've had their success in the US Open. And they're come back for more here in 2019. Missing for a couple of years, but but they're back under another brand called Paramveer Tigers. But the likes of Sunju Patel, that's the old brigade, so to speak. And this one is hoisted into the onside. Stephen Taylor on fire here. Another 6 off his bat is 77 for 1.
I think he's going to pull off an amazing innings if he continues this way, and he's just 4 runs short of a 50. And this will be an amazing 50 being played in such a great situation, which is really pressurizing for any other player.
Yeah, Stephen Taylor on the go today. Lots of talent in this man. And Timil Patel. They've played on the same U.S. team for many, many years. So, the fielder comes around, save the boundary. They come back for a couple of runs. So, runs still flowing here for the Myrtle Grove Miami Cricket Club.
I think what's interesting is I'm noticing a lot of calmness, a very calming vibe for Stephen Taylor. He's laughing there and, just playing his shots, which is a very good sign for USA Cricket to have such role models. And for anyone wanting to develop himself and professionally play for USA, I think the likes of him can help the youngsters improve a lot.
Yeah, he's a very experienced player, Stephen Taylor. Very talented. In the early days, he was a keeper. Then, of course, he's always batted at the top of the order. And in recent time, in the last year or so, he's been an off spinner too. So, a ball eluding the keeper. Keeper might have been Adrian Ali. And Elmore Hutchinson gets onto the ball, a couple of runs there. So things not going too well here for the Paramveer Tigers. They badly need a wicket, and none would be bigger than Stephen Taylor at this point.
Yeah, I think another thing they can do is if they cannot get a wicket, they should at least really put on good fielding and restrict the runs. But Stephen Taylor just seems to be unstoppable right now.
Yeah, another 6 off the bat of Stephen Taylor. He goes upstairs as Jermaine Lindo, one of the other umpires who made his ODI debut. There we go. He chips down the track, gets to the pitch of the ball, and then it's all elevation. He knows this ground well. Stephen Taylor, he's played here many, many years. He's a local boy, and having played a couple of CPL matches on this ground too. So in all forms of cricket, he knows this ground pretty well. He knows the dimensions. Oh, pulled into the onside. He is destroying Timil Patel tonight. As Myrtle Grove in a strong position here to topple Paramveer Tigers for perhaps a spot out of that group. There we go, short and pulled and hammered into the onside. That's a big shot from, again, Stephen Taylor.
It's just raining sixes right now, and I think he knows his game pretty well to play which shot and what kind of delivery is being pitched, and I think this is a great sign of a great player.
So 22 runs in this over so far. Not a good one here for Paramveer Tigers, but Myrtle Grove, with every big shot and every run that is scored, they get closer to 112. Not a big target. It's one of those scores that we saw today that was always going to be on the threat. 112, 150, not this kind of scores you want to secure a chance of winning.
Yes, definitely, but the situation they were in earlier, it didn't look like they would reach even this target, but this is where you need really good performance, and batting itself is a really hard department in cricket. If you see that if you don't have a good batting lineup, the teams lose. But this is proving to be a really interesting game for the Grove, and Taylor is doing his job pretty well.
Yeah, with 60 on the board, he's really taking the game away from Paramveer Tigers. And fact is, when you look at the performance of U.S. Tigers over the years at these tournaments, failing to qualify out of the group stage might be a very big disappointment here for U.S. Tigers or Paramveer Tigers today. They have always factored into the last 8, the last 10 teams. And if they lose here tonight, good chance they wouldn't advance out of their group, which will be a big disappointment here for the Tigers brand.
It definitely will be a disappointment for them, but if we look at the bigger picture, it will be a great achievement for the tournament, because this is what we need. We need good quality cricket, balanced teams when it comes to competition, and this is what the aim is of MAQ himself, that he's trying to promote cricket in US, where the game is not as popular as baseball, but with CCUS's efforts, it has improved tremendously. And I think whoever loves cricket will be really enjoying this tournament with such games which are not that predictable. And this is what you need in sports.
So 19 required from 18 balls. In probably T20 cricket visa, you might be saying that a run-up ball is still not so much of a challenge from a batting perspective, but in T10, not too sure how a run-up ball will really hold up here with a rampaging Taylor, who has smashed 60 off just 25 balls. He has found the ropes. He has gone over the ropes quite a few times as Elmore comes in to bowl to Taylor. Oh, Taylor gets a brilliant ball, but he was able to dig it out, gets a single, brings them closer to 112.
Yes, I think the shorter formats of cricket, they test the skill set of the batters especially, because they need to change their approach and adapt to the situation. And if it's run to ball or maybe having more runs to score, this is where you really need to strategize on the spot. And this is why batting is just so that difficult. And this is where unique talent comes in handy. And these batters are proving to be really good right now.
So 95 for 1. Oh, flicked away nicely by Rowe. It's going to find mid-wicket and it goes across the ropes. So another boundary. The boundary doesn't stop flowing here. And 99 on the board. Big psychological difference when it touches 100. Here we go. Ball down the leg side. Wrong line. Flicked away by Rowe elegantly. And it goes a couple of bounces away for 4.
I think that was just a very effortless wristy shot. And this is amazing to see here. This is really interesting for batting talent, I would say.
Yeah, when we saw Paramveer Tigers posting 111, Ian and I felt that they're 20 runs short. And that has become quite a problem here. Not enough runs to defend. You're looking at 99, so another 13 or 14 runs will... The target is 112, so they need 13 runs from many balls remaining here. And the partnership has gone up, has come to 50. Stephen Taylor and, of course, Rowe, dominated by Taylor, of course. Rowe has briefly come to the crease not too long ago, but he's been quite productive. So ball played up towards the long on area. It appears Utley comes around, can't prevent a couple of runs. So the runs continue to flow here. And Paramveer Tigers having a problem to put a flow on runs here by Myrtle Grove, Miami. Tomorrow is quarterfinal day. 8 teams will battle out, and of course, every round that goes by, one team will drop out. So lots of cricket left tomorrow again, with the grand finale on Sunday.
I think what is interesting to see here is, that's an amazing shot. Oh, that's an amazing catch.
Oh my
that
goodness,
is an awesome
look at
catch.
that. Look at that catch. Has it come a little too late though? But what an amazing catch by the man out at the straightish mid-wicket area. Held on to the ball and held on for dear life. Rowe has to go. It's 101 for 2, Fiza.
I just love that catch.
Who's the guy? We got to pick him up. Christian? Oh, take a look at that.
Wow.
Ooh. Yeah, might have been Christian. We'll have to check with our scores who picked up that catch, but a very, very well executed catch. And you get the feeling that it might be a little too late, but in the end, that's the end of Rowe.
He actually plays cricket in UK. That's what I got to know, and I think he's proving to be from England.
So Taylor remains on 61. The new man comes out as Davis. Philorm Davis. And he comes in here with just about 11 runs to go. 10 will level the scores. We haven't seen a super over. Not too sure if any happened outside of the stadium. But we haven't seen level scores in this series so far.
I think
saw
Davis,
one hat trick.
Yeah, I think Davis should just support Taylor and give him the strike, and maybe just keep rotating the strike, because obviously they still need to have a partnership, because there are only a few balls to go, and it is pretty much doable with a required run rate of 5 runs per over.
Yeah, it could get interesting if Taylor falls. I think that will really bring a twist in the game. Hutchinson to Taylor. Taylor gets a full toss.
such
Oh,
an amazing
swings
shot.
it away. And that could be the icing on the cake. So 105 for 2. Good looking shot again from Stephen Taylor. He goes up to 65. And he's batting like a champion today.
Yes, definitely. I mean, working in Pakistan and seeing the local cricket over there, and if you even consider IPL and all the big leagues, I think this is such amazing batting talent in the
Yes.
USA itself.
Stephen Taylor just paddling a full toss, a wrong pitch of ball there from Elmore Hutchinson, and we'll have to wait and see out of the 7 groups you will have 7 winners, and then there will be the best loser, I think, based on net run rate. So
Yep.
the best loser among one of those 7 groups. So you never know if Paramveer Tigers is one of those teams. It will all come down for a fraction of points sometimes, and we'll have to wait and see as it appears Japin Patel given the ball, and Japin has played at the U.S. national level over the years, so he comes in with some bit of experience. Top all-rounder Japin Patel. But can he save Paramveer Tigers today? We'll have to wait and see. Davis, the man on strike. Patel getting a little bit ball down the leg side, and they scamper through for what could be, not too sure if it's a run. It's a leg by. It doesn't matter. 1 is added to the score. It's 106 for 2.
We're coming closer to the end of the match, and it looks a bit easy for Groves. But let's see if Paramveers can just have an amazing spell of bowling. You never know, a great piece of fielding.
Yeah, they'll have to fancy their chances better when Stephen Taylor is not on strike. Stephen Taylor has single-handedly beaten the Paramveer Tigers today without a doubt.
Yes,
65
definitely.
from 28. That's a good score in any format of the game. And when you consider the context of a T10 game, it's an amazing return from Stephen Taylor. He continues to bat well.
And I think if he manages to win the game for his team, that'll be icing on the cake itself. But this is where the Paramveers, they will just need to basically try to pressurize him. And I think watching him bat, he has all the shots and he knows where to play. Maybe get him run out.
Yeah, they're 20 runs short for sure. Oh, taking on the pad. Big appeal sliding down the leg side. Jermaine Lindo certainly not interested. And so they scamper through for another leg by. They get closer to 112. And could be one of the teams playing tomorrow.
Just
And
4
we'll have
runs
to-
away. 4 runs away only.
Yeah, they're 4 runs away from playing another game tomorrow, living another life. And we'll have to wait on the competitions committee for them to come up with who advances.
Oh, it's going to be a long night deciding that.
Yeah, it's always is. Zafar Shah has his work cut out, and over the years he's done a tremendous job handling all the numbers and all the possibilities. And sometimes it comes down to a fraction of a number.
Yeah, and I'll be helping him, in fact. So it's going to be a long night for me as well.
Yeah, and that is why when you play tournaments in which just a few teams are in the group, every single run counts. Every wicket falls count. Taylor gets a ball. He slices this one off an outside edge. And I think the score will be leveled here if it's 111. Oh, it's 112. So there
they
we
won
go.
the game.
Myrtle Grove has beaten Paramveer Tigers and certainly will advance to another game at least. And we'll have to wait and see the result as to where Paramveer Tigers lie. But Fiza, we've seen some good cricket. Another good game here.
Yes, definitely. I think Taylor is going to have a great day because this is, I think, the best thing for a batsman. A not-out score, 70 of just 31 balls, and amazing shots that we saw that, and winning the game on top of that. So I think it was a great game of cricket. So we have the scores here. So Taylor himself leading from the front, 70 on just 31 balls, and Christian putting up a good knock, 14 balls for 22. And then we have Rowe, who supported Taylor a lot, building a great partnership. That set the main platform from the Groves, and 6 balls and 13 runs. And Davis not out.
Yeah, you look at the bowling here, not much to talk about. They badly needed wickets at the top. They needed Stephen Taylor in all way or form or shape. Didn't get him an error, all the bowlers, while they bowled. Perhaps a little bit economical, but not being able to penetrate was one of the problems here. It's 112 for 2, a very emphatic victory here for the Myrtle Grove Cricket Club team out of Miami. So welcome to quarterfinal day. We're coming to you live from Florida, and this is the U.S. Cricket Open quarterfinal. I'm joined here by Ian, and Ian, welcome to another day of enthralling cricket. Today's decision day. It's the quarterfinal. You lose and you're out of the series.
Thank you, Lenny. So it's a beautiful day here, a beautiful day for cricket, and looking out, it's just looking amazing on the field. Even the field placement looks very good this morning. So, as you say, you don't want to lose any game today.
So Rusty Tehran will make a start. He starts with the ball going down the leg side, called a wide. And so things are on the way here for the California Kings, having lost the toss, and Cavaliers have asked them to bat first. Cavaliers has won here before, and they were in the final last year, so they've had a good record coming into the U.S. Open, Ian, and they'll be hoping that that counts for something. And of course, they're in the quarterfinal. They've made it through to the last 8.
Well, looking in at the lineup, it's a pretty good team that they have here today. So we're expecting a very good cricket out there on the field of play, because both teams looks pretty good in terms of on the paper. So let's see if they execute on the field.
So if you're wondering what's the weather like, brilliant sunshine here in South Florida, Broward County Stadium. And the man starting the bowling here is Rusty Tehran. He's played at the international level. Will come into bowl to Canadian national player Dali Wall, and Dali Wall gets a ball that he's playing into the offside, can't score.
So Lenny, just last night I was, on my way home, and I was asking myself, what does US T20 mean to many of the players? And just as you just mentioned, international players, that's bridging the gap between the locals and the international players. It's a big thing. And I also look at it, even for me as a young commentator, this is my second time in the box, but then I get to sit with people like you and Vinod. Man, that's just amazing. So it means a lot to the people of South Florida, even the community, in terms of bringing finance to the community. So this cricket means a lot to a lot of people.
Yes, Ian, you're looking at Rusty Tehran. He has played at the international level for South Africa, and recently has made his debut with the U.S. national team. This one is hammered down the ground by Navneet Dhaliwal, and it goes away for 4. So that's a good-looking shot from Dhaliwal, and that's a lovely shot down the ground, Ian, for 4.
Yes, beautiful shot, well executed. Came on the front foot and just graced the ball down to the long off boundary. 4 runs to the batsman. Great batting. Way to start.
Yeah, the ball was driven nicely. Good conditions here as Rusty Tehran. He has recently made his debut with the U.S. One Day international team. Ball tugged into the onside. Not timed well, but Dhaliwal he's up and running here.
Also like the way the bowler is running in. It seems like he had some good rest last night, running in with a lot of energy, getting upright, delivering high. So, good cricket here, Good to see these international star here, right here at Broward.
So Somerset Cavaliers They've won here already. They were in the final last year, beaten by California Bears. And certainly they've had a good series so far. They'll be hoping that things go relatively well. So a couple of runs there for Dhaliwal. And that's the completion of the first over. Cavaliers taking on California Kings.
Good first over. 9 runs coming from the first over. So we start out with beautiful sunshine, and I can tell you the players are loving the condition here at the Broward Stadium. Just looking out, just light cloud, and we expect those to move away. Looking forward to beautiful day of sunshine. Like yesterday, we had a very good day. However, day one, there was no play here inside of the stadium, but yesterday we had a full day of play, and we had some lovely cricket here yesterday. We saw where most of these players, they came out and they give their best, even if they lost a game, they actually showed up and performed to their best of their ability. I'll tell you here, it's a 10 over yesterday. Today we're moving it up to 15, and this is due to the weather condition. It was set to be a 20 over affair, but the weather, and we only have this weekend to have all games. We have 28 teams, and with that simple mean we just have to get the games in, and getting the game in mean that we had to cut the overs. And today, you'll see a little more in terms of 15 overs.
So Chandrapal Hemraj, leg spinner out of Guyana, and certainly with the Guyana Amazon Warriors, comes into the attack here. Ravi Singh and Navneet Dhaliwal. Dhaliwal plays for the Canadian national team these days. He's a very attacking batsman. He's one of the top batters in the Canadian lineup these days. And Ravi Singh, a very accomplished player. So ball worked into the onside, finds the gap off the bat of Ravi Singh. And it goes quickly away for 4. That's a good looking shot, Ian, finding the gap in the early stages of this 15 over encounter. And it goes quickly away for 4.
So right away, Singh getting into his game, that one was hit powerfully into the boundary for 4 runs. And we expect to see a good show. And, we have batsmen who are capable of giving us big score. We have great bowlers here, so it's interesting to see the way this game goes.
Yeah, he's a couple of top batters there, and this was another one plundered over the offside, taking advantage of the power plays, and that's another good looking shot from Ravi Singh. So consecutive boundaries here off the bowling of Chandrapal Hemraj, and the ball goes away for 4, Ian.
Yes. Very good shot there by Ravi Singh. Well executed. Timing seems to be perfect. He's getting the ball right out the middle of the bat. And, for Chandrapal, you just got to rethink and find that spot.
So Hemraj has done some bowling at this CPL level. Ian, so certainly he's not a bowler trying a thing. He's been there, and he's bowled at a top T20 top level, and he comes in here for Somerset Cavaliers, a well put together team. And so far he's gone for 10 runs in the over so far. Oh, so wicket falls here as Dhaliwal is bowled by Chandrapal Hemraj. And California Kings have lost their first wicket. They're 19 for 1.
Yes, Lenny. So there you go. There you see the experience of a good bowler. Even though he was hit for 2 fours, he came back and he got the ball just where he needed to. And you realize created some uncertainty there for the batsman, and it brought him a wicket. So well done by Chandrapal there. Very good bowling. So the score is 19 for 1. Is that the end of the over there? So it's cricket, lovely cricket, right here in Broward at the stadium. You can view on MAQ TV, and we want to just thank MAQ Creation for putting on such an event. I say this event just really bridge that gap between the international and the local boys here. Just the fact that they're out there playing and being able to see themselves on TV, even later when they go home and see the replay. Even for me, I went home last night and I look at a little of the replay and I'm like, man, this thing is done really professional. The quality of the video, it's clean. We got to give it up to our cameramen. They've been capturing every single play.
So the new batsman is William Perkins, but we're watching Tehran as he comes into bowl to Ravi Singh, and they scamper through for a single. And brings Perkins into strike for the first time. They've lost the wicket of Dhaliwal. So Rusty Tehran is making some points there to the players, and certainly a big appeal to the umpire. So William Perkins will face his first ball. They've lost the wicket of Dhaliwal. Yeah, well put together team. Cavaliers. They won in 2007, and they were the beaten finalists last year by California Bears. California Bears hasn't entered up this year, but a well put together team is Somerset Cavaliers, and Aslam Khan and his boys there. And when you look at the talent of the Somerset Cavaliers, they really have brought out some of the big guns in probably one of the biggest tournament in the United States domestic circuit. And Tehran moves in again to bowl to William Perkins. And Perkins is playing and missing, so a good over so far from Rusty Tehran, a single and a couple of dot balls here. Ian?
Yes, Tehran is really using his experience along with the wicket. He knows that this wicket don't have too much in it in terms of the speed, so what he have to do is up his accuracy, the length, and the width, and he's doing just that. Creating some problem there for the batsman.
Oh, Perkins gets one outside the off stump and drives this one up. Actually, it's gone a long way into the stands and has gone for 6. What a shot here from William Perkins. He gets off the mark with 6. And that's a lovely shot. Ian picked it up well, wide outside the off stump, and really give it a good whack.
What a way to get off the mark, with a 6 that just bring confidence, and confidence in the batsman, was able to go for it, executed well, and we see miles over the boundary. So that's well hit there by Perkins, get him 6 runs, and that's early. Let's see what's going to be happening next. Let's see if the bowler have an answer.
Yeah, William Perkins would have been part of a winning U.S. Open contingent in the past, having represented Trinidad and Tobago in the early days of U.S. Open cricket. A team from Trinidad was here in 2011, 2012, and William Perkins would have played for that. So he's been on the winning stage already in this series. And over time, as franchise cricket has certainly evolved, people just keep changing teams. So an appeal from Rusty Tehran, not out, says the umpire, a ball that kept fractionally a little bit low, different from the ball that he bowled previous to that one. Yeah. William Perkins survives.
Yes, so we're going to see where the wicket will be playing, up and down, and this is due to the weather condition here in Broward. We had a lot of rain, so a little moisture underneath. The ball is not coming through as we're used to, but the batsmen just basically have to put their thinking cap on and know which one to hit, which one to pick, and which one to leave.
Yeah, so Perkins is a top player, having played for Trinidad and Tobago, and may have played briefly at the West Indies level. So it's 27 for 1 at the end of 3. with Perkins and Ravi Singh out in the middle. So we take a look at the last ball here. Ball chopped into the ground. A couple of better balls towards the end of the over from Rusty Tehran. And so far the only spoil here for California Kings is that they've lost the wicket of Canadian national Dhaliwal. But after 3 overs they've batted relatively well. They're 27 for 1.
Yes, good going, as we can see a total anywhere from 215 to 220 is a very good total on this particular wicket at this particular time of the year with the weather we're having, so if you get into the 115, 120, that tells you have a very good chance of defending that total, because we have seen it yesterday and today. I don't expect it to be much difference. I say a score of 115 to 120 would be a very good total, if you're the batting team. That give your bowler something to defend.
So Chandrapal Hemraj continues. He's into his second over. And of course, Eon, this is a 15-over encounter, so probably you may want to take your tally up a little bit. 120, we were saying last night because of a T10 game, but with 5 more overs, probably you want to take it up another 50.
Definitely. So with the 10 overs yesterday, 115, 120 was a good total. So today we got to say about 170.
Always the more the better.
Yeah.
So ball worked into the onside. Ravi Singh is still there. And Chandrapal Hemraj, he's had a good season this year with the Guyana Amazon Warrior. Played a few good innings. Was quite brave at the top of the order. Gave the Guyana Amazon Warrior some good start. And surprisingly, he was brought in as T20 cricket, and T20 bowling has always been the element of surprise. The Guyana Amazon Warriors have used him to great effect, bowling at the top of the order. I remember in one match, first ball he clean bowled Alex Hales, and so he's had some good times with the ball, backed up, of course, as a specialist opening batsman.
That's good, when you're a cricketer and you have that about you. You could bat and you can bowl, Either way, you're able to bring such value to a team, It's hard to displace such a player from any particular team. So, with the ball, you're very handy, and with the bat, you're good at it. So that tells me he's a complete player, and we're looking to see good things here today.
So 31 for 1, 4 overs gone. Ravi Singh and Perkins out in the middle. We've seen Rusty Tehran and Chandrapal Hemraj using the ball. Yeah, take a look at the last ball, a ball that really got through the batsman. And it's 31 for 1 at the end of 4.
Very good ball there. He brought it up. Batsman had a look at it, a swing and a miss. Luckily, that was not right on target, because we could see the back of him just a while ago. So beautiful sunshine, it's expected today. We do have a little cloud over, but we are hoping those will move away and we have a bright day like yesterday, allow us some wonderful cricket here in the Broward Stadium. So we just want to thank all our viewers around the world for watching on MAQ TV. We really appreciate you guys, watching, and for those who are out there on Facebook sharing, we really want to thank you, for spreading the cricket around and just your love for cricket.
So Navin Stewart comes into the attack. Navin Stewart would have had a brief play also at the CPL level. Played for Tridents at one point, Barbados Tridents. And Navin Stewart was part of the winning team last year. He played for California Bears, and he's been a part of some winning units in past U.S. Open. So if probability is any way that can gauge what could be the result of a series, maybe you want to watch the team that Navin Stewart plays on. He's always seemed to be on the winning unit. So today He's playing for Cavaliers. You never know what will happen, but if you're a probability man,
once a winner, born a winner, you're a winner. So I know he'll be giving his best today, you know. So we really gonna watch closely to see what will be the end result. But one thing I know, you know, he's a great cricketer. He put his all into it. So sometimes you may lose a game, but that does not mean that you lose as a team. You know, there's many positive to take away. So either way, I know he'll come out a winner today. You know.
So the ball eluding the keeper. They get a couple of byes. So we're midway into the 5th over. For all our viewers and those following, this is a 15-over game. And the organizer, oh, that's a lovely shot from William Perkins. Look at that. Inside out. Over extra cover. And it's gone for a maximum. What a shot from William Perkins.
That was a beautiful shot. I said this shot is probably one of the best shots we've seen over the past 2 days. You know, that was well executed. Look at it. He had such confidence, timing, perfect, and he picked the right ball for that shot.
So game playing across the line of a delivery. We've seen a couple of times in the over. He's gone to go through the onside. Hasn't gone well.
I think he premeditated that shot there. He knew the bowler will be coming with something probably a little short of a length, since he was right up there for that early shot. So, you know, he was already planning that pull through mid-wicket. So it was a swing and a miss. So it's 40 for 1 after 4.5 overs.
So better ball here from Navin Stewart. That completes the 5th over. And after 5, they're batting a 40 for 1 with Perkins on 17, Ravi Singh on 15.
So after 5, 40 for 1. Current run rate would be 8 runs per over. So it's great cricket here at the Broward Stadium.
Well, good morning, and of course we continue our coverage here of the third day of the 2019 US Open. The Kings batting first. They are 40 for 1, and of course, remember Najaf Shah winning the toss and asking them to take first strike. The Somerset Cavaliers losing at the final hurdle last year to the California Bears. The previous year they won the title. And the year before that, Najaf Shah was on the US All-Stars roster that won the title as well. So he will definitely like this facility. He'll be very happy to come back here. And so far, he has guided his team to the quarterfinals. And he's going to take up the attack now from the far end. That's the northern end of this ground. A very stiff wind is blowing across him. And that's a delivery that comes back, probably with the wind as well. Comes back into the right-handed Singh, and he gets it away. Perkins, in fact. So Perkins is on 17. He's from Trinidad and Tobago. Ravi Singh from Canada comes into strike now, as I welcome for the first time today Roshni Chasmawala. Good morning, Roshni.
Good morning. So luckily we do have a sunny day, and it looks like it's going to be clear all day.
Yes, and Roshni has been doing a wonderful work giving us the updates from all the venues. She's our social media expert. So probably Lenny may get on social media later. You never know. Shah outside the off stump, and with the angle, that one goes very wide to be signaled wide by the umpire. Why is Mr. Singh making an issue of it? The umpire has signaled wide, 42 for 1. What's any news as far as cricket at the other venues? I know that just on the outside we have 2 matches taking place. The Youth US Open bowled off this morning. Woodland CC from Trinidad and Tobago, they are playing against Guyana Floodlight champions, and that's at field number 2. And at field number 1 you have the Avin Kumar Academy. They are playing
against Central Zone. Both teams from Trinidad and Tobago as well.
Yeah, luckily it's the third year of the youth cricket, so it's great to see, the youth cricket growing as US Open, the tournaments keep growing. We definitely need that youth in cricket in America. So it's a great experience for the youth, especially to be playing in these fields. It's definitely an unbelievable experience for them.
So Najaf Shah from Mafian continues. And this delivery is pitched up, worked away on the onside. Najaf Shah, the former Pakistan fast bowler, and that return, and he takes the umpire with it. And the score goes on now to 44, is it? 43 for 1. And our scorer, Roddy Lalman, seems to be very quick on the draw this morning. I just gave him some sugar to eat, so he'll be very hyper today, Roddy. 43 for 1. Yes, the Youth US Open in its second year. This delivery it peels off the outer edge of the bat, goes over the wicketkeeper, and Lenny will tell you that's the safest place on a cricket field to hit the ball. Lenny normally hits all his balls there because he edges all the time. 47 for 1. This is over number 6. Yes, Roshni. So what's any report coming out of MAQ Stadium?
So with the MAQ Stadium, nothing so far. The weather there has definitely been on the better side compared to all the games.
.47 for the loss of 1. Ravi Singh is on 20. Perkins is on 18. And of course, the MAQ Cricket Stadium has really saved the day for this tournament. Just imagine last year and the year before and the year prior to that, Lenny will correct me on this if I'm wrong, we didn't play any cricket at MAQ Cricket Stadium for the US Open. This year, we've had a full day's play for every single day so far at the MAQ Cricket Stadium, whilst the main stadium here, we haven't gotten any action at the main stadium. It tells me, and this is the massive venue, of course. It's very pretty. Not to say that MAQ Stadium isn't pretty as well, but it just goes to show sometimes beauty gives you trouble.
It can. I was at the MAQ Stadium for quite some time yesterday, and the weather there was spectacular, and the matches were great too. It's a great field.
Yes, of course. Chairman Qureshi ensuring that cricket is played up there. I want to say good day to Sumit Gupta, who is our official scorer up there. Here's Navin Stewart, who got 5 wickets in the finals last year. And this is the amazing thing about the US Open. Navin Stewart bowled the Somerset Cavaliers down last year with 5 wickets in the finals. Yep. This year, I think the management of the Cavaliers probably thought it's better we get him on our side.
And in that final, he even took that stunner of a catch that Andre Russell was in such a form, and he took a stunner of a catch near the boundary.
Navin Stewart, very close friend of mine from Tobago. As Roshi would know, it's Trinidad and Tobago, Twin Island Republic. This is swatted away over cow corner for 6. I don't think the people of Tobago will be very proud of him for bowling a delivery like that. But that's 6 runs. Just back of a length there, and it sat up. The issue, if you look at it, look at the replay here, Roshni. It was too short. In fact, I said back of a length, but it was too short. And there's no place for bowling short on this track. Farhan Ali faced the rot of that last night. And even... you have to have tremendous pace to get away with it. Muhammad Ali Khan did get away with it last night because he has this deadly bouncer. But the other bowlers who are bowling short, the ball is just standing up because the nature of the track is very soft. And as the day progresses and the sun comes out, it'll dry. And as it dry, it gets harder. It's like baking a cake.
Yeah.
But not if Lenny gave you the ingredients or the recipe. I want to wish my friend Ahmed Rana safe flight back to Baltimore. This is clipped away upishly down to a long one position, and they take one more. So Stewart in his second over here, none for 19 so far. What's been your experience, Roshni? I know we're a bunch of crazy guys here at CCUSA. And, what has been your experience working with the likes of Rashid Ahmed and Tessin Ahmed, of course, Jeremy Milani?
I've had an incredible experience. Everyone in the crew, they've just been so warming to me. It's my first time here. I came as a spectator last year, and I had a hell of a time. But I think this whole experience, everyone's just been so nice, cooperative. So I've really been enjoying it. Almost feels like a family.
Yes, it is. We are a very close-knit group, and coming year after year, you would see it's basically the same faces all the time. There's a core group. Now and then we have some others who are part of our setup. It's the end of the over. At the end of it, it's 58 for 1. The Kings batting first. Remember, this is a 15-over encounter. Yes, I was saying it's a close-knit family. So there's a core, and then there are regulars who come and go for every tournament. They provide us with entertainment. Ahmed Rana is one. But, the core group is fellas like Roddy Lalman. Of course, who else we have down there sitting to my left? Shah Zafar, tournament director. So these are the core group, and the boys under the guidance of Sofian Kamar has done a wonderful job. Just this morning I was walking across to the other play field, across that's field number 1 and field number 2, and on 2 occasions, guys came up to me. They wanted to know if we were going live on the outer field, and I told them that because of the massive setup, the only live games could come from inside the stadium. And they were speaking about just how much they follow MAQ TV and how much it has grown in terms of its professional outlook over the years. I really appreciated that. I must share that, though, with Sofian Kamar, who is the chairman of MAQ TV. I must share that with him. This time, just dropping short of the field. And there's a chance for a run out as well. And the field on that occasion getting back. Nevin Stewart couldn't complete the catch, neither the run out. And the score remains 58 for 1. I'm looking at this score, though, and it tells me that although they have lost 1 wicket, I think that the Cavaliers have a certain degree of control here.
No, I think definitely. With the Cavaliers, their experience, they have many players. They have players from the USA team as well. And I think, they definitely have a confident side.
This is squatted away just over cover. Looking to make room, looking to get underneath that one. On that occasion, there was William Perkins. We all know how William Perkins plays. Imagine this. The first match, William Perkins played for the West Indies. And I'm not kidding you. He tried to sweep a fast bowler for 4. And guess who was the fast bowler? Brett Lee.
Wow.
Such is the fearless nature of this man, Willie Perkins. Man played a lot of cricket in central Trinidad for Wanderers Cricket Club. It's come through nicely. Suffice it to say that sweep shot never came off. Because I think by the time he played the shot, Adam Gilchrist had collected the ball. And by that time, he threw it to Jason Gillespie. He was at mid-off. Gillespie, actually, this time, this one is out of here. A length delivery, and it has been carted out of the ground for 6. That's a massive blow, and Najaf Shah should know better. He has loads of experience than knowing that if you go up into the block hole, it's going to go with you if it's not a Yorker. And Trini Ras has these clips outside that could be very heartbreaking, for a bowler. Shah is running in, trying his best, and Trini Ras laughs at him in his clip. And just where you saw that 6 landed, there are some square boxes out on the grass mound. Do you know what is that, Roshni?
No, I'm actually not aware of what they are.
If you look on the grass mound and just where the 6 went just now, there are some squares, white squares. But that's where a certain, that's a protected area. This time it's squatted away for 4, just to the right of point. The outfield remains in a very pristine condition. It's very quick, and that delivery has been played away for 4. So Ravi Singh goes on to 38 of 18, and he's really starting to warm to the task here. You look again at that delivery from Shah. It was short and wide, and it deserved the treatment. Not a full-blooded cut, more of a glide.
Yeah. As we can see, I mean, both the batsmen have been rotating the strike. They've been hitting the boundaries, so, you know, they seem pretty set right now.
And that delivery tails back in. That's a good one. Goes to mid wicket where Nevin Stewart is, and they get a single. It's the end of over number 8. At the end of it, the score here is 70 for 1. The Kings being sent into bat. Yes, so I'll help you. I'll give you a clue about those boxes. You were here because I think you were our house announcer.
Yes.
For the India-West Indies game. Did you notice the stand on the southern end?
Yes.
It started nicely.
Yep.
And there was an area that was cut out, and it went back up.
Yeah.
Do you
They
remember?
had the fan areas, yeah.
Right. But if you look at the stand, it was very, very odd. All of a sudden, there was a big chunk of seats that were taken out.
Yeah.
Well, it's because of that. Nesting owls, that is a protected species here in the United States, were in their season of nesting, and they had occupied those positions.
That's great. I mean,
And-
especially
yep.
to have something like that, you know, at the cricket ground. That's incredible.
And under the laws here at the United States, of course, you know, animal protection is a big thing here. And obviously, you know, they had to remove a part of the stump, the stand, because you could not disturb the owl.
Yeah.
Yes. Kudos to the people in the States here. Animal protection is a big thing, and this is why Roddy Lalman moved from Trinidad and Tobago to live here in the United States. At the moment, it's 70 for 1, and this is hoiked away over mid-wicket, and that's 6 runs. Ravi Singh is taking the Cavaliers to task here, and on that occasion, the man struck for that 6 was the Trinbago Night Riders left-arm orthodox spinner Akil Hussain, who again played for the winning team last year. So the plan from the Cavaliers is very clear. I'm going to buy the players who won the title from me last year. Here is another delivery, swung away for 6. Hussain on that occasion was looking to go closer to Ravi Singh to cramp him for room, but he got the line all wrong. It was just on and about the leg stump. He basically helped that away for 6. That's his half century, Roshni. His half century has come of just 21 deliveries.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to see him. So these two batsmen are quite set in. Cavaliers really need to take that second wicket.
Yes, so 82 for 1. I want to say good day to a good friend of mine, Kevin Jagisa. He has brought up the Central Zone team from Trinidad. I'm sure he's going to give us an update as to the score from that game. As at this time, a delivery outside the off stump, a slower delivery there by Akil Hussain. Not trying to push that one through too flat, and not timing it well was Ravi Singh. 51 he is. The score is 82 for 1. This is over number 9. You would have seen Hussain in his couple of performances for the TKR during the CPL. Over number 9 in progress. Here's Akil Hussain from wide of the crease. That one turns away from him. He loses control. He could be in problems. He's out caught. That delivery was wide. He had to fetch it. He was looking to go through the onside. It turned away from him, and it went in the air for Najaf Shah, running around from mid-off to complete the catch. And at the end of it, the score is 82 for 2. This is over number 9.
So they got their second wicket they desperately needed.
Yes, and that was the man Ravi Singh. Remember, he scored a half century of just 21 deliveries. And on that occasion, that delivery turning away from him, he had to fetch it, and this is why he lost control.
Yeah. No, we can see how the Cavaliers owner, Aslam Khan, does a great job in picking the players. I mean, he's been bringing a team for the U.S. Open, you know, year after year, and he does a great job picking his players. You know, we have some of the USA greats right now that have been doing a very great job in the league too. You know, Rusty Theron, Xavier Marshall, Manang Patel. So we have a lot of USA talent there as well as international talent.
And I did see Monang Patel during the Super 50 in Trinidad when the United States team played there, as well as Rusty Tehran. And these guys gave a good account of themselves. They actually defeated Guyana, the powerful Guyana outfit.
Yeah, and especially how they did in Dubai. They won 3 out of the 4 matches, you know. They beat UAE twice and beat Scotland as well once.
It's, of course, Roshni Chasmawala, who is the one with all the information when it comes to the USA cricket. She gets so excited on social media when there's anything happening with US cricket. My God, I saw a post on her recently. I thought the United States had won the World Cup. Yeah, it's Hussein again. And that's a good delivery. Just on and about off stump. And Shah looking to just effect a run out there at mid-off. He just failed to pick up the ball. And now he has to go and fetch his cap. 83 for 2.
Yeah, we can
this
see how
is over number 9. Sorry.
We can see how windy it is by the way his cap was flying away. So the weather has definitely gotten a lot better, but there is some wind.
Yes, and it's very windy. The wind is very strong. Hussein is going to get assistance. The ball is going to continue to turn, but not this one. It's coming towards us.
It's coming.
And there goes Shah Zafar diving for cover in the com box as that one went very close to him. That's 6 runs. Zohaib hitting that one. In fact, was it Perkins? Yes, William Perkins hitting that one straight down the ground, as straight as an arrow. And could someone please help Shah off the ground? 89 for 2. That's the end of over number 9. Yes, so the United States team, they're really coming. You're seeing an improvement. And one hopes that the administration remains stable for a length of time so that the team can follow suit.
So, I mean, with the administration, there was a lot of changes over summer. We have a new CEO, Ian Higgins, who has a huge amount of experience because he was, the chief operators for the ICC. So I think in the upcoming years, we are going to see, cricket progress here. As the team is progressing, there's going to be a lot of changes. So I'm very excited to see that.
89 for 2. Perkins is on 28. Zohaib is on 1. Well, information coming to hand is that Central Zone has reached 207 for 1. How many overs? So it's a 15 over game? After 15, and young Jagesa, how much he made? Okay, good. So Central Zone has started with a bang against the academy team. Imagine that.
Imagine, that's youth cricket.
207 for the loss of 1. And impact in there is a West Indies on the 15 opener, Justin Jagesa. I think he has gotten over 50.
No, this just shows, having this youth cricket here happen, that there's so much talent, and having a score like that, that's incredible.
Shah again comes in and Perkins is out caught. He went across his stumps looking to just lap it around the corner, but Rusty Tehran at the edge of the circle at backward square completes the catch. So the two set batsmen in Ravi Singh and William Perkins are now back in the hut. And that should slow the momentum a bit, but we just have 4 deliveries to go. In fact, it's 15 overs. We have 4 deliveries and 5 overs to go. I don't know why Lenny gave me that information. He peers at me just under the brim of that cap, that Guyana cap. Of course, also on commentary today is my good friend Ian Thomas, who is clad in a broad brim hat. I wonder where he tied his horse. So he's a lucky guy. He has received his cap, his first cap. He's a player as well in Orochi. Since you know so much about America's cricket, have you ever heard of the name Ian Thomas?
I have heard the name.
Is he a good player?
I haven't personally gotten a chance to really see him play.
A little later, we will delve into his statistics to reveal if you're missing anything. At the moment, 90 for 3. I know he has taken the commentary as well. A very tall and wiry Najaf Shah. I wonder if Ian is taller than him. He comes in now. That's a good delivery. Just outside the off, some coming back in. And it's pushed away down to backward square for 1. So 91 for 3. If I could ask you to predict a final score after 15 overs here, Roshni, what will be your prediction?
My prediction would honestly be maybe 130. I honestly think that they are going to get some wickets coming pretty soon. I mean, we have the set batsmen are out, and I think they will be able to get some wickets in very soon in the next maybe few balls or like in the next over.
Shabos, and this is cracked away straight to cover. Looking to make room is Zohib. And Sangha has joined him. Sangha is on 1. Yes, you continue to look outside there and you're seeing this very stiff wind blowing from the eastern side of the ground. It must have an effect on the bowlers. And I remember going down there for the toss, and the wind nearly took away Shah Zafar. Not that the guys here would mind. 91 for 3, 2 deliveries again, and then we'll have a double change in the commentary position with Lenny Archiba. Is Lenny Archiba the most renowned commentator here in the United States? I'll get your views on that. A delivery that's cut away, down to backward point for 4. Just a little bit of room outside the off stump, but it was enough. And that was played away. Very quick hand action. He came down very quick on it and was able to compensate for the lack of space and get it down behind point for 4.
So when the matches for USA were being held here, I had a chance to, work with Lenny. So I
want to apologize to you for that.
No, I think he did a stellar of a job.
He's an amazing man, I've mentioned Lenny. I don't know if Lenny probably doesn't even know this, but I've mentioned him on commentaries around the world when I go, because I'll tell you why I always mention him. The last delivery here, it's cut away down to the boundary for 4. On the edge, it goes down to third man. So 2 fours in the last 2 deliveries of the over from Najaf Shah at the end of over number 10. The Kings are 99 for 3. We're going to have a double change. But before I go, I must say, I always tell people on commentary and fellow commentators across the world that I have a friend from America. His name is Lenny Archiba. And he's a one-man show. He's a one-man shop. He's like a 7-Eleven. You go there, you get everything. The guy comes to commentary with a monitor. And guys look at me as if, is that a guy okay? I said, but more than that, he scores. And even more than that, you want a mic borrow? He can lend you one as well. I'll leave Lenny to talk more about that as he comes in and he's bringing with him his cousin Ian Thomas.
For all our viewers that's just coming on, we just want to say pleasant good morning to you, and just want to let you know we're going to be entertaining you guys with lovely cricket here at the Broward Stadium. So just as I take my seat, there's just the fall of a wicket, and the California Kings 99 for 4. That's the current score here at the Broward Stadium. So we realize here that just with the fall of a few wickets, that have actually put a dent in the scoring rate. So they were going great guns earlier. Now they're down to 9.7. However, they still have a good total on the board here. So that was a great ball there by Hussein. Spot on the wicket, and there was a swing and a miss. So 99 for 4 after 10.1 overs. What do you think, Lenny?
Yeah, you look at Akil Hussein. He's played at the top Caribbean level. Perfect ball for a leg spinner. Pitch middle stump. A little bit of turn and it hits the off stump. So that's a good wicket. As California Kings seems to be falling away a little bit here. Ian Thomas, they're batting at 82 for 2. And all of a sudden in 17 runs away, they've lost a couple more wickets. So they're batting at 99 for 4. And the Cavaliers has really made a good comeback here. Akil Hussein, he's a top leg spinner. And will come in to bowl to Gurjeet Singh, the new man in. Ahmad Zohaib, he's on 10. And a couple of quick wickets in the last 9 balls or so has really pushed California Kings a little bit behind. There's a big appeal. He's gone. So double strike here for Akil Hussein. 99 for 5. Gurjeet Singh goes for a golden duck. And Ian Thomas, 99 for 5.
Yes, it seems like there's trouble in the California Kings camp as we see here, with the fall of the second wicket. There comes 2 more wickets in quick succession, and Hussein is on top of his game. Are we gonna see the second hat trick inside of the stadium today?
Yeah, we've seen one last night, and I'm gonna jog your memory a little bit. Who was the gentleman who took the wicket last night? I'll give you 60 seconds to
I don't
recollect
think
that
was-
memories. I'm pretty sure there's some paperwork somewhere in this com box.
Yes, I know Lenny is dragging my memory, and I don't think I'm gonna get this one, but
Yeah, plumb in front. Don't think the umpires will have a problem with that. Aditya Gajar, the umpire, has raised the dreaded index finger, and it's marching time for Gurjeet Singh, 99 for 5.
yes, Lenny. So I would really like you to help me out there, because I know it wasn't Pervez. So who was it?
All right, I may have to dig up some paperwork myself.
So there we go. Lenny's
Yeah,
trying to play that trick on me.
I'm up there with age, so yeah, loss of memory and stuff are part of the parcel when you get to my age.
No, Lenny, I think it's the amount of games we had to do yesterday. We
Yes.
had, over 5 games back to back, 10 overs. It's a lot of game, and there's a lot of names out here. So to just pick up one name, sometimes it's challenging. When we have all this thing to memorize. But guess what? Give thanks for records nowadays, and everything is digital. We could press a button and find that, the hat trick yesterday. But guess what? It is Kolvinder that is in. Let's see if he has an answer for the next ball from Hussein. He's the only one standing between him and the hat trick.
So hat-trick ball here for Akil Hussein. He's picked up 2 on a trot.
Very good bowling by the young man.
And how well Cavaliers really come back. So here is a hat-trick ball. Oh, that's a brilliant of a ball again from Akil Hussein. He's a top leg spinner. Part of the Trinidad setup these days, and part of the Trinbago Knight Riders CPL team. And here's the hat-trick ball. Goodness of a delivery. That's a very nice ball.
It was a beauty of a delivery, Lenny. Would have loved to see him get that wicket there.
So Kolvinder Singh has hammered this one into the onside. Fielder comes around. He takes the catch.
Man,
It appears to be Xavier Marshall. And just a dot ball between the 2 wickets here, Eon. He picks up 3 wickets in the over in the space of 4 balls. And now it's 99 for 6.
Hussein is on fire here at the Broward Stadium, and very good catch there. I think that was Xavier Marshall, representing the USA here. So very good catch in the outfield, well taken, well judged. But Hussein is on fire. You have to give it to him, The California Kings were going pretty well, but now we can see they're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, you look at the fall of wickets. They lost their first wicket at 19, second wicket at 82, third wicket at 90, and now they're looking. They were batting at 3 for 90 at one point, and now they're 99 for 6. So what an amazing turnaround of events here that certainly benefits the Somerset Cavaliers. They are a championship team. They have won before here, and they were in the final last year, and all of a sudden they're beginning to have a very good game at this point. 99 for 6.
Lenny, this is why I love the game called cricket. It's full of uncertainty, and it's a game that you even though you may have a little setback, you gotta have a comeback. So let's see if the Kings can come back from this hit from Hussein, who is bowling exceptionally well.
So Sandeep Sharma is the new man in, but batsman would have crossed. Zohaib on strike. And so Akil Hussein has really put in a remarkable performance here. He's picked up 4. You look at the bottom of your screen on bottom right, Hussein 4 for 19 in 11 balls. Oh, that's another good delivery. So that will complete The 11th over, the 100 comes up here for California Kings, but not. He hasn't come quite easily in the last run or so. We've seen California Kings stuck for a while on 99. It's 100 for 6.
With 100 for 6, I say what a over by Hussein there, you know. Only a single coming out, but he had 3 wickets, and I tell you that third ball for the, you know, could have actually got him a wicket. That was a very good ball. Just a little misfortune that he didn't have a wicket with that one. The batsman was beaten all over. You know, that could have easily taken an edge.
Yeah, Hussein bowling figures very impressive. He's bagged a 4. And so now he's bowling 4 for 20 as Chandrapal Hemraj, the other leg spinner, orthodox leg spinner on the team, will come into the attack at 100 for 6. Zohaib will be on strike. And you get the feeling earlier on that California King was on course to probably get up to 150. And all of a sudden now that becomes a bit of a stretch here, but we'll have to wait and see. There's still some batting to come these days in franchise cricket. Eon, most teams bat very deep. Even the tail ender could give the ball a tap.
Yes, that's what we realize with the shorter version of the game, you know. Even the bowlers got to be able to do something with the bat. You know, that's just bring added value to a team when you have bowlers who can actually bat. So we realize that, you know, most of these teams are basically made up of, if it's not a specialist batsman, then it's got to be an all-rounder down at the end of it. But, you know, that's what it is all about, is batting and making the runs, you know.
And this Somerset Cavaliers teams are well stocked. Oh, he's given out. So that's the end of Sandeep Sharma. He goes without scoring. And now it's the turn of Chandrapal Hemraj, the other leg spinner. It's 101 for 7.
Man, I'm telling you, it's all happening here, you know. And the split of around 12 runs. We have 5 wickets. And I got to give it up to the Cavaliers. They turned their game on now in terms of the bowling. Earlier, it was the Kings with the bat, but now the Cavaliers have actually regrouped, and they not just slow the scoring, but they basically put a halt on it. So the Kings will definitely have to come up with a master plan right here. There's still 3.2 overs to be bowled, 3 wickets in hand. What does that mean from here, Lenny?
Yeah, it's been a great performance here by Cavaliers to pull the game back by not only cutting down on run scoring, but they've picked up wickets. As Kosa comes to the middle, Sukhpreet Kosa, with California Kings in a lot of trouble. The last 10 balls they've lost 4 wickets for only 1 run. So that's how things have really gone here. Oh, another wicket goes down. Chandrapal Hemraj goes through the defense of Sukhpreet Kosa. It's 101 for 8.
What is happening right here, you know? We hear about cricket. Well, this is cricket and lovely cricket, because, you know, it's all happening here in the split of 1 run, 5 wickets now? 5 wickets down.
Yeah, it's been a stellar performance here by Akil Hussain, and now we're beginning to see Chandrapal Hemraj. He's on a hat-trick. So a double hat-trick possibility here. One we saw averted, but now all of a sudden Chandrapal Hemraj, he's on getting 3 wickets in a row. We'll have to wait and see, but things are falling apart here for California Kings.
While things falling apart for the Kings, all I can see in terms of the Cavaliers players, it's all teeth. And they're all smiling down there. You know, they know that they're doing exactly what they need to do if they want to win this game. And I really think they have a very good team, and they're going to be one of the team to beat here. You know, to stop them from getting to the final, it's going to take some excellent cricket by whichever team, because they are the team to beat right here.
So Paul comes out, not only with California Kings in a lot of trouble, he's here to avert a hat-trick. Here is Chandrapal Hemraj, and ball goes down the leg side, called a wide.
I would not believe that Chandrapal would have bowled that ball. You know, this ball should have been spot on, but instead it went for a wide.
Yeah, it's one of the irony, Eon. He could have gone down for a wide, but if there was a stumping, probably would have picked up a hat trick, even with a ball that is deemed illegal. So, good bowling performance here by Chandrapal Hemraj and Akil Hussain, two leg spinner. And speaking of leg spinner, Somerset Cavaliers still have in their arsenal, they still have Ashar Zaidi, a man who plays for Essex in the English County League these days. In fact, I would have seen him a couple of years ago, and I spoke to him last time he was here, and he told me that he's leaving Essex, and I think he's going into coaching in some other part in on the county scene. So it's 102 for 8. Akil Hussain 4 for 20 so far.
Man, when you're talking about fully loaded, I can tell you this Cavalier team is fully loaded in terms of their batting and their bowling. You know, very well put together team, and they're showing up and they're performing.
Yeah, surprisingly, the ball played up to a long off position. Batsman didn't even bother to run. Zohaib probably wanted to receive a must strike as possible. Paul is yet to get off the mark. He's just come to the crease. And Akil Hussain, who's bowled a brilliant spell so far, 4 for 20.
I think Zohaib is playing it safe. You know, didn't want to turn over the strike the very first ball. You know, he's a more seasoned batsman at the crease, so, and he have been witnessing catastrophe at the other end. So, you know, he's not going to open it up, not yet.
Well, we've got 16 balls remaining to end the innings. Couple of wickets standing. And Akil Hussain, brilliant bowling so far. And Eon, well, they're finally going to amble a single here, reluctantly.
Yes.
And Paul will come into strike. Not too sure how skilled is Paul with regards to batting, but judging from the position that he bats, he must have been probably one of the bowlers in the team. So we'll have to wait and see. It's 103 for 8. And Akil Hussain has gone for only a single in the over so far.
Yeah, Hussain is bowling exceptionally well. You know, picked up 3 wickets in the over before this, and here he's bowling spot on.
So not a good ball here from Akil Hussain. He continues to cause a lot of problems here for California Kings.
And now we see why Shoaib didn't want to give him the strike.
Yeah, a lot of turn.
Well, you know, he's beaten all over the place by Hussain.
So the story here, California Kings, they were batting at 99 for 4. They're batting at 103 for 8. In the space of 4 runs, lots of wickets have fallen. Just a single run off the over so far. Final ball coming up. And so that completes another quality over here from Akil Hussain. 4 wickets so far, 4 for 21. Impressive bowling spell from the leg spinner.
Well, I'll tell you, that's what you call a spell. You know, that's the exact thing that a captain would want of a player. I would say he produced, and he produced well in terms of those 3 wickets. You see what happened. The score is basically at a standstill. We have even the batsmen, they're even afraid to take a single to open up the other batsman. That's how well they're bowling.
And Eon, when you look at the California Kings scorecard, they're going at 7.9, so nothing terrible with that run rate. And so in the next couple of overs, we'll have to wait and see if Ahmad Zohaib can get things going. They could push up to 8 runs an over, which is relatively not bad in context of 15 overs cricket. So another leg spinner has been given the ball. It appears to be Ashar Zaidi. I was just making the mention that there are 3 left arm leg spinner on this team. We've seen Akil Hussain, we've seen Chandrapal Hemraj, and now the man who formerly out of Essex actually, He's been given the ball. Top leg spinner, good all-rounder. He can bat too. And so Ashar Zaidi comes into the attack. 103 for 8. And so Zohaib choosing not to run.
Well, I'm not sure if this is the way to go, because either way there's not getting any runs, and runs is really important in this format of the game. So, I think Zohaib should start thinking about it and start at least putting some confidence in the other batsman, try to turn the strike around and get some runs, because runs is needed at this time. We have seen in the 10-10 version that 110 doesn't guarantee you victory, and as it is, it's a 15 over affair today, and they're just 103. It's only 1.3 overs to go.
Yes, Ian, and you've got to question the approach here by Zohaib. He's not taking the singles on 2 balls, and then he takes it on the 3rd ball. What importance is that in the over? You're still exposing the man to another 3 balls in this over.
And I'll say, I'm not sure what type of mindset he has out there, but you're still exposing him, but you're not taking the single earlier in the inning. So, as I say, in this version of the game, a single do matter. We have seen so many teams who just fail to get over that victory line by just a single run. So who to tell? May come to hurt them.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good-looking shot from Paul. And they'll be coming back for 2. So he's trying to... run out to 1. It could be here.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, run out 1. So 105 for 9. 105 for 9.
So, Lenny, do you think that's probably was the reason he's not able to take quick singles? He's probably afraid of his running and not his batting.
So another wicket falls here for California Kings.
So 105 for 9, and with only over to go here, California Kings, I would say in a little bit of trouble, in terms of the total that they have here for this 15 over affair. We have seen yesterday 103 wasn't a winning total, but 115, 120 was good enough. So with 105 with 5 extra overs today, it's run on the board, but it's going to take some great bowling on their part to pull this one off.
So Rusty Tehran comes back for his 2nd bowling spell. Yeah, run out there for Paul. So 2 for 16 as Rusty Tehran given the ball. And he comes back with the final over. So now we're beginning to see Zohaib taking every single run. He's exposed Vicky Singh. Yeah, bit of a disaster here for California Kings towards the latter part of the innings. They batted bravely for 99 for 4. And you look at the scorecard here, not much has happened in 7 runs.
No, Lenny, what I'm thinking is this going to be the first game that we have all 10 wickets fall in this version of the game inside of the stadium for this T20 competition.
So Rusty Tehran and the Cavaliers boys will be happy with the way things have gone, but still, as they say, runs on the board is runs on the board. It's 106. Not by no means a walk in the park. They will still have to go at almost 7, perhaps just over 7 runs and over. And so there's still some cricket. There's still something to bowl at. It's not a terrible score by any stretch. There's still 100 runs to defend at some point. We don't know the quality of the California Kings attack. We haven't seen them play in the stadium. Oh, so wicket goes down. No, goes through. And it goes through to Monang Patel, U.S. national wicketkeeper.
Well, runs on the board is runs on the board. And as I say, cricket is this game of uncertainty. You're never sure what is going to happen when the bowler have that ball in his hand or when the batsman hold his head up to bat. the game could change in just one delivery. So it runs on the board, so we just have to wait and see.
So overcast condition here, but certainly not dark, but a lot brighter than the screen. It's 106 for 9. Rusty Tehran, none for 18 so far. Oh, the ball has eluded Malang Patel. And this will be a good consolation boundary here for California Kings. And so 4 runs off the bat of Vicky Singh. 110 for 9.
Must say Tehran is bowling really well. That one went through the batsman, also through the keeper. So as we look at the replay here, comes deliver. Oh, it's an inside edge. So that's an inside edge down to the boundary. So it's 4 valuable runs at this time. And it takes his total up to 110 for 9 with only 2 deliveries to go.
Yes, Ian, for the last day or so, we were playing 110, 120 in a T10 encounter. We'll have to see how the 15 overs total holds up in the park. So ball played into the onside. They'll go for 1. It's 111. So final ball coming up. California Kings having been sent in by Somerset Cavaliers. We saw 51 from Ravinder Paul Singh, Canadian national player. We also saw a good knock from William Perkins, who got into the 20s. So final ball coming up, it's 111 for 9. Tehran will come into bowl to Zohaib. Zohaib has been there for some time. He's on 15. And he gets one out to, it appears to be Keenar Lewis. And that will close out things here for California Kings. One of the quarterfinal game. It's 112. 112 for 9. And so when play resumes here, Ian Thomas, Somerset Cavaliers will require 113 of 15 overs. Your final thoughts?
Well, 112 is 112 valuable runs. So as we say earlier, we're not sure of the bowling lineup for the Kings. We do know that the Cavaliers, they have a good batting lineup, but it just takes one ball to really get rid of a batsman. So as we look at the scorecard here, Ravi Singh is the only one who make a 50, so he made 51. He get helpful contribution from Perkins, who made 28. Then Zoeb chipped in with 16, and those were the only players to get into double figures there on that board. Extras was 4, and the total 112.
Yeah, the bowling, some impressive bowling here from Akil Hussain, the left arm leg spinner, and you look at Chandra Paul Hemraj, another leg spinner, 3 for 16. Between Hussain and Chandra Paul, they created some bit of damage towards the end. So Cavaliers 112 for 9 at the end of their 15. We'll take a short break and resume when cricket does so in about 10 minutes time with the news. Cavaliers will require 113 from 15 overs.
Okay, good afternoon to all our viewers out there who are watching on MAQ TV live cricket here at the Broward Regional Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. We welcome you as you guys join us. And for all of you guys who are watching on Facebook, we just want to say a big thank you to you guys for sharing, And as we can see, we got a little scare a while ago, just a little frost came across the ground. We got the covers on, but now the covers being removed, and we're about to start the second part of the game.
Yes, Ian, it's 113 to win from 90 balls. They're asking 7.53 and over. Opening batsman out in the middle, the hard-hitting Keenar Lewis out of Jamaica, and Chandra Paul Hemraj out of Guyana. Both players have played at the Caribbean first-class level.
Yes,
so a pair of good talent out in the middle here for Somerset Cavalier. Kulvinder Singh will start. And a slashing shot through the offside, and there will run away for 4 off the bat of Keenar Lewis. And what a start here for Somerset Cavaliers.
Yes, so as we all know, the Cavaliers have a good batting lineup. and we see where Lewis already start first ball into the boundary, 4 runs. So well planned, well executed, and it's 4 runs to them, and it's the Cavaliers 4 without loss. Very first ball.
That's a good start by Cavaliers. They've won here before, and this one is flicked into the onside. It's gone all the way. That's the strength of Kenar Lewis. And just a couple of balls, he's up to 10 on the board here for Somerset Cavaliers. What a shot here from Kenar Lewis.
Man, Kenar Lewis, he is in a no-nonsense mood. He knows, runs on the board, and they got to get it. And he's definitely going at it from ball 1. So just 2 deliveries to him, and he's already up to 10 runs. So good going by Kenar Lewis. And as you were saying, these guys are top players, They know exactly what is recommended or required of them. So they're going out there, and they're going to put their head down to bat. So the bowler have a task at hand.
Yeah, he hits the ball hard, Kenar Lewis, and very attacking in nature. And of course, Chandrapal Hemraj, he's also a top T20 player these days. And so wide is the signal from umpire Brooks. So the 2 umpires of this game, umpire Brooks and Aditya Gajar, the 2 standing umpires, and the top umpiring team has been assembled for this tournament. And over the years, the umpiring quality has really been at top level in the U.S. Cricket Open over the last 10 or 11 years. So 11 on the board. A quick start here from Somerset Cavaliers.
Yeah, pretty good start there by the Cavaliers. Kenar Lewis, a 6 and a 4 there, which he's up to 10 runs in 3 balls. Kulvinder, he's bowling pretty well though, but Kenar Lewis, he's a great batsman, and he just play the stroke that is recommended.
So inside out towards the offside, could pick up runs here again, running up towards the cover boundary. And the fielder has done well to save a boundary, save a couple of runs. They come back for 2. So Kenar Lewis has started fluently here, Ian Thomas. 12 out of 13 so far.
Definitely seem like Kenar Lewis, he walks out there with a lot of confidence, He's backing himself against these bowlers today, and he's taking it to them. So it seems like easy picking for him. He's middling it from ball 1. So good going by them.
So Chandrapal Hemraj, Guyana Amazon player. He's had a good CPL series, got among the runs. And would have helped Guyana Amazon Warriors to get into the final, but always. Have you followed the CPL, Ian Thomas, this year?
Well, I was a little busy, I must say, in terms of I had a baby on the way. Everything was happening around that, and I wasn't following the way I used to, but I'm here now. I'm picking up back my cricket, and I just want to say a big shout out to MAQ Qureshi, because I see what he was doing, and I decided that cricket is on the rise. I got to be a part of it, so I missed out on a little of that. So, but I'm back.
So 14 without loss at the end of over number 1. Lewis, as you see on your screen there, he's on 13 off 5. And Chandrapal Hemraj yet to get off the mark. He's only faced 1. One of the better deliveries we've seen in the over. And ball played up towards the offside. Can't score as Hemraj. 14 without loss.
That was a good over for the Cavaliers. The asking rate is 7.1, and they're going at 14. So they're taking control from very first over here. So, good going. And we have 14 more overs to come. Anything can happen, but just let's see what's the next move by the Kings. As you mentioned, Lenny, we have some of the very top umpires here inside of the stadium. We haven't had any problem all of yesterday, we haven't heard about anything on the outfield. So the umpires are doing an excellent job, and we just got to give it to them.
So Kosa given the ball. And you've got to say he's done well to restrict Kinar Lewis from playing a big attacking shot. And the way things have gone so far, Kinar Lewis 1-6 and 1-4. So Cavaliers has made a good start after the first over. Lewis cuts and cuts well, straight up to backward point, but there's a man placed out there. And only picks up a single for a well-executed shot. Could have gone away for 4. Ian Thomas, well-placed field.
Yes, that was a pretty good shot there from Kenar Lewis. Well timed. You could see the way that ball came off the bat. Without that fielder down there on the boundary, that was definitely going to be a 4. It had the pace on it, and timing was with it, but only to find the fielder in the way, and that's what made the difference a while ago. Good fielding, good field placement. And Kenar Lewis, as I say, he's looking pretty good early out.
So 98 to win from 82 balls. Target 113 after the Kings. They were batting at 99 for 4. And a series of quarterfinal games happening today. So this is the Cavaliers versus California Kings encounter. And then, of course, we have Falcons. That's the Faisalabad Falcons will take on Houston Stars. Atlanta Fire comes up against Punjab. And the Multan Sultan unit will come up against Smashers. So better start here from Sukhpreet Khosa. Relatively, and a stark difference than what we saw from Kulvinder Singh. And Ian Thomas, what's the best way to defend your target for 112? You'll have to get early wickets, perhaps, or do you bowl 15 over? Do you bowl 15 tidy overs, hoping that you can restrict them?
Well, definitely, wicket will be the way to go, because you want to really break the momentum of these batsmen out there. I don't think they're going to be able to contain them with just simple coming in and bowl the ball and hoping that these batsmen don't score. These batsmen are top batsmen, international players, and definitely they're going to take the game to you. So, you got to get wickets as you go along if you want to really trouble this batting team that they have such batting lineup.
So Kinar Lewis has made a very good start. This has been a very good over here from Khosa. And that completes over number 2. A very stark different here from the two bowlers. Only 3 off that over from Khosa. 14 off the first from Kulvinder Singh. And after 2, it's 17 without loss.
Yeah, very good over from Khosa there. I think, being the second bowler to be introduced, I guess he have seen the first over and what Kenar Lewis is up to. And I think he have already tell himself, in his mind that, guess what, you're not going to be doing the same thing to me, because, we know that we're going to contain you guys, I got to bowl a good line. And obviously he came in and he produced a very good over there. The captain would have been happy with that over. I'm happy with that over as a bowler to see him, came up and he stood to the task, bowling a very good over right there.
So Kulvinder Singh will continue. Kinar Lewis, the man on strike. Oh, it's high in the air. It's gone a long way. There we go. All the ease in the world. Kinar Lewis takes another one out of the playing area. And it's another huge 6 for the big hitter. Kinar Lewis, he's up to 21.
Seems like Kinar Lewis have taken a pick for Kulvinder. His type of bowling. It seems like, he's just playing in the hand of Kinar Lewis. And he seems that this is a bowler that he's going to attack, because we see earlier with his bowling against Khosa, batting, he was patient and was watching, but now you could see he's taking it onto the bowler.
Oh,
And there
ball
we go
flicked
again.
away towards the backward square area. It will go bouncing away. And so just as the first over got started, there's another 6 and a 4 in consecutive balls. And Keenar Lewis goes quickly up to 25 in just 11 balls.
Lenny Archibar, I think you're reading my mind. I was about to say the same thing. The same way he started the first over, it's exactly the same way this over started. 2 ball, 10 runs on the board. Let's see if he's just going to bowl the other ball for a single. Then, he'll be mapping the exact thing.
So Ian Thomas, let's look back at some of the champions over the years at the U.S. Open. So the U.S. Open started in 2009. It was won by Washington Tigers, and of course that squad included the likes of Imran Awan. We've got Dawood Ahmed, the boys out of Washington D.C. And so Washington Tigers won that year in 2009. And this one pulled through the onside. All these in the world. Keenar Lewis on fire here. And off just 12 balls, he's gone up to 29. Look at that. 31 on the board.
Well, the way Keenar Lewis is going, this 112 is basically going to be erased within 10 overs, and that's the way the game had gone all of yesterday. So earlier I was saying that, for a good total, the California Kings would have to have at least 150 on the board. But Keenar Lewis, the way he's going, this 112 may be too small of a total for them.
Oh, driven to mid-off, and that's the end of Keenar Lewis. He falls to 29. It's 31 for 1.
Well, there it is, That's what I say. If the California Kings want to have anything, or in terms of winning this game, they'll have to take wicket as they go along. So, that wicket could mean something big, as we have seen in their inning, where they lost the 3rd wicket. They just had a downfall. It was like hail in terms of the way the wicket were going down. They lost their last 6 wickets for merely about 12 to 15 runs.
So ball chipped into the hands of the man at short mid-off. And that's the end of Keenar Lewis, but he's done his job. 29 of 13 balls. Take a look, just chipped into the offside. And a relatively straightforward catch to the man there. So 31 for 1. Marshall comes out, Xavier Marshall. And he comes out to join Chandrapal Hemraj with the score of 31 for 1.
Okay, so we see Xavier Marshall walk out with the big number 888. He is no rabbit with the bat. We do know that he can hit the ball also. So, let's see what will happen with him being at the wicket. But as I say, the Kings will need to get early wickets, and they did get an early one in terms of Keenar Lewis, and that's a wicket that you would want to have. So he's back in the pavilion, but he got a quick 29, I think off 11 or somewhere about there. But now we see Xavier Marshall, who is yet to face a ball. So let's see what happened from here on.
So Kulvinder Singh is bowling at 1 for 28. Was really roughed up by Keenar Lewis. And he is one man. Kulvinder Singh will be quite happy that Keenar Lewis is back in the shade. So 32 on the board, and maybe at the start of the next over we'll go through back the list of the winners of this series over the years. There's Marshall getting off the mark. And brings the Guyana Amazon Warriors left-hander opening batsman back onto strike. Chandrapal Hemraj has been out of strike for quite some time. The bulk of the strike was really to Keenar Lewis. He's back in the hut. Oh, he's bowled him. So Chandapal Hemraj may have gotten one that kept a little bit low, and all of a sudden it's 32 for 2. Chandapal Hemraj goes for 1.
Yes, that was a very good ball. Was pitched in the right spot, but then it also kept low. So Chandapal Hemraj was defeated by the ball that actually kept low, and we're looking at the replay here. Yes, that ball did not come up as he expected. It was spot on the off stump. So he's back in the pavilion, and now it's 32 for 2. So we have a game on here. Kulvinder Singh is really turning it on. Earlier Kenar Lewis did take him on, but that was a wicket to have, and he did send him back to the pavilion. Now Chandapal is back in the pavilion, so good bowling here from the Kings.
So a couple of quick strikes here from Kulvinder. And all of a sudden Kulvinder's bowling figures are beginning to look a little bit more respectable here. 2 for 29. As Awais Zia comes to the middle. 32 for 2. So the wind has been with us for several days now, Ian Thomas. Always has been windy conditions here. But we rather take the wind than the liquid that comes from above.
Definitely, we rather have the wind than the rain when it's cricket. Cricket, once the rain, the cover's got to go out. We rather the covers stay off. And that's 4 over cover there. So good shot there from Xavier Marshall. Stood tall and hit that one straight over cover, and 4 runs to him.
Yeah, not a good start here from Paul. Ball short and wide outside the off stump, and Marshall is not going to stick around to see loose bowling like that goes by. And again, through the offside, going to run up towards the backward point boundary. And it crosses the ropes now, and that's a couple of boundaries here for Marshall in consecutive balls off the bowling of Paul. Not a good start from him, 40 for 2.
Yeah, not a good start from Paul there. As we see, he's giving Xavier the wit, and he's a no-nonsense batsman. He's going to welcome those balls, and he's just going to displace you to the boundary. He's very good with his placement, and his timing is exceptionally perfect. The ball comes off his bat like fire. That one he was beaten outside the off stump there, and it's a wide ball. So back to Xavier Marshall. I said he will take advantage of a bowler if you bowl that particular line to him, because he's a pretty good batsman. So he's up to 9 runs, 3 balls. Pretty good going. That one is just being punched down to long off. He'll take a single for that one. So we're right here in the Broward Stadium, and the weather is not looking the best, but we're having cricket, and we hope that it will only get better as the day go by. So for you viewers who are viewing on MAQ TV, we just want to say big thank you to you guys and our Facebook fans. Thank you, and you guys, we just want to have you share so others may enjoy the game of cricket.
So Paul continues. Ball defended here by the left-hander. 42 for 2. The batsman now, Kenar Lewis, for 29. And Hemraj for 1. It's a beautiful view here from the Broward County Stadium, on a venue that has hosted several T20 International. Driven well. That's a lovely shot for 4 off the bat of Awais Zia. And it goes quickly away. It's 46 for 2.
well executed shot there by Zia. You know, he got over it, head over it, and he just find the perfect placement, and the rest is history. Into the boundary. You know, the fielder was chased in, but there was no chance of him catching that ball. You know, we have a pretty good outfield here at the Broward Stadium, and that's a well executed stroke there.
Another good looking shot through the offside. Gonna pick up a couple of runs here, at least running up towards the square boundary. And so a couple of runs there again to Somerset Cavaliers. Dig up to 48.
The score is 48 for 2. So very good over there for the Cavaliers. You know, they were losing quick wickets, but now they're back on track in terms of the runs. The runs coming in that over. So pretty good over. And Paul, you know, no wickets, 16 runs in his one over.
Keep going.
Yes, so pretty good going here again by the Cavaliers. You know, they have lost 2 quick wickets, but they just have a very good over there, you know. So they're back in the game again, 48 for 2. And the total, as we mentioned, is 112 runs. So it's going to be a game on. We're just in the 4th over. And it's Xavier Marshall that is there at the wicket, and he's about to face.
So Kulvinder Singh, 2 for 29, continues. Marshall picks up another run.
So Marshall, he's 11 from 5. Zia 6 from 3. So in terms of their personal run rate, they're going pretty good. And the score is 49 for 2. If you're just joining us, we're in the 4th over, going into the 5th, so it's 4.1 over. And total 49 with a target of 113 to win.
So ball going down the leg side, called a wide. Umpire Brooks. So Ian Thomas just coming back to the winners for the past year. So we've got in 2009 the inaugural U.S. Open tournament won by Washington Tigers, a team out of the D.C. area. And then in 2010 it was won by United Chargers out of New York. Captained those days by Steve Messiah, former U.S. captain. And then in 2011 and 2012, we saw a team from Trinidad and Tobago dominated the event for 2 years. Captain, of course, by Shazam Babwa, who plays with the Atlanta Fire these days. Shazam Babwa leading Trinidad and Tobago twice in 2012 and 2011. In 2013, it was a time for Smart Choice out of the Texas area. And by the way, ball turned into the onside here by Marshall, and leg by is the call from umpire Brooks. So in 2013 is won by Smart Choice. May have been captained though that time by Shazam Babwa, who has had a good run in the U.S. Open tournament over the years. In 2014 it was the time for the U.S. Tigers. We saw them last night as Paramveer Tigers, but same brand, same unit. Sunju Patel and company there, they won in 2014. And then in 2015, the event was completely rained out when rain fell for about 2.5 days straight. It was a little bit like 40 days and 40 nights of rain. 2 full days, and the tournament was completely washed out. In 2016, it was won by U.S. All-Stars. They got the better of Al Masafi from Afghanistan. In 2017, Somerset Cavaliers, who's playing here right now, won in 2017. And then finally last year we saw California Bears taking the honors from Somerset Cavaliers. So as you can see, that the winners row has really shown that teams from all over the country and even outside of the country has really had a chance to be on the winning podium. And back in the early days of US Open, it was about $50,000. and now it's $100,000 prize money. So things are really picked up financially for the U.S. Cricket Open in the space of 11 years. So Marshall picks up another run. His personal score goes up to 12. It's 55 for 2.
So, Lenny, as I listen you go through that list in terms of the winners over the years, I just had to stop and really say a big thank you to MAQ TV for bringing such an event, that brings even diversity and brings even outside countries here to America to participate in such a competition. And I said again, to just allow our locals here to play with all these international players, that mean a lot to us here in Florida. And as we have seen, you mentioned about the prize money that been gone up, it's 100,000. So as you can see, it's something big to grab here. So all of these team that is here will be putting out their utmost best, and that will even go into the selection and putting together of the team. Everybody want to take part of the pie or the whole of it. So, we got to give thanks to MAQ TV for putting on this particular event. And as I say, even for me, to be sitting with, it's an honor for me to sit with you and Vinod right here in the commentary box, a local boy, being able to come here live on TV, it is good. It's a good thing, and we can see what this U.S. Open means to a lot of people.
Yes, Ian Thomas, and the fact is, as you mentioned, that there has been a lot of current and former international stars who have really passed through the event. I remember one year Shoaib Akhtar came, and just last year we saw the likes of the Bravo boys, Darren and Dwayne, and we also saw Sunil Narain. Another year we saw Evan Lewis. So we've had our fair share of having seen some of the international stars. And they were current internationals. I meant Dwayne Bravo still plays, Sunil Narain they still play, Darren Bravo still plays. So, and mixed with that, we've seen a lot of Pakistani former international has been part of the process over the years. And so the event has really attracted some quality, talented players. And not forgetting the young and upcoming players who, in probably 5 or 10 years, you'll be seeing them on the international circuit. They got their start right here.
Yes, that's very important in terms of the youths. So even though we're having the US T20 here, the youths, they have their kickoff also. So, it's also promoting youth cricket here. This is really a big event, this US Open, it really brings a lot of value, not just to the player, but also to the community, on a whole, and various country and countrymen to know that, you're here in the U.S. being able to participate in such an event. So, I'll say this is cricket at its best right here in Florida.
So Ravinder Paul Singh, Canadian national. It's a man with ball in hand. Marshall, the man on strike, 57 for 2. So they're going at 10.7 required rate, just over 5.8.
So earlier we see Ravi Singh with the bat. He did pretty well. As a matter of fact, he was the one who made a 50, so gave them most of the runs. And now we see him with the ball.
So Marshall striking this ball well, straight down the ground in front of the side screen, and that's a lovely shot off the bat of Marshall. Pushes the score up to 61.
Very good shot there by Marshall. Straight as an arrow, as you would say. You could not ask for a better stroke play than that. Straight over the bowler head and into the boundary, 4 runs. And this one, he's just working it to the onside. He'll take a quick single.
Well, they come back for 2. Chance of a run out, he's gone. So that's the end of Awais Zai. He goes. Run out 1 runs. Marshall calling for 2. Not too sure who called for a couple of runs, but the throw came in quite quickly. And Cavaliers have lost their second wicket, 61 for 2.
Well, as we look at this replay, tucked in the onside by Marshall, run through for a very quick single. The bowler is tracing, picks up, throws, and as we can see, Zaire is short. You know, I'm not sure if there was a second run on, but the fact that someone was chasing the ball, I think they just decided to give it a shot. But wasn't a well judged run, as you can see, because he's walking back into the pavilion, and Maksud is the one going out. So 62 for 3 in 5.5 overs.
So 62 for 3. Sohaib Maksud comes to the middle. Let's take another look here. Ravinder Paul saying good awareness. And that's a good throw. Have the left-hander stumbling. And Ian Thomas, why take some chancy runs there? They were relatively cruising at good altitude. We just required rate just over 5 runs and over.
Well, definitely I would say that runs was not needed for that second run. They got one comfortably. I would just sit and, relax in terms of the pace and the rate they're going at. They're going at 10.6 and over, and the required rate is only 5.6. So, they're way ahead of the game. So I would not see the reason for taking that single there. And, you see they lost 2 early wickets back to back. So, you're just getting your team in a good position. That runs, I would say, was not a well-judged run. All right, we could hear in the background there Trini Ross, the music. So if you want to be entertained, just come on down here at the Broward Stadium. We have Trini Ross out there. He's good in terms of entertainment. He's definitely going to keep you entertained. So, Trini Ross providing good entertainment for the crowd that's in the stand. So, welcome down to Broward Stadium. We're having lovely cricket, and we're also having some great music by Trini Ross.
Yeah, Trini has been a part of the U.S. Open for many, many years, as far as I remember coming here. And I'll give you a little quiz. In the meantime, Marshall has launched this one straight over the black side screen and massively struck here.